Hello, hello. I'm just making sure. I always check that I'm live. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, there's always a delay for when I start streaming and then getting to actually have it go on Twitch so I can check and watch chat and such. But as always, I'll be starting on my dailies. That's how this one's a new one. Like I finally got this instead of just the usual, I guess, like these three and such. But this is actually the second, I guess, commission part. Like I'm pretty sure this is like a chain of dailies that you can do. I think the first one is Oh Archon, like Hear Me or something like that. I have to check. Let's see. Yeah, Oh Archon, Hear Me. This is the second part. Oh Shrine, show your power once again. And then there's actually like another one afterwards called Oh Archon, have I done right? I don't know if there's anything afterwards, maybe, maybe not. But whenever I have, I guess you can say, unique dailies, I like to check to make sure there's no hidden like quests and stuff. Some of them I discovered just like accidentally. Like one time, if you get the commission where you feed Timmy's, well, not Timmy's pigeons, but Timmy's like, oh, can you help me, feed the ducks so that the pigeons can have some food, and like, because the ducks keep stealing it and whatever. And then you go from the bridge and down and like feed the ducks and stuff. So if you kill the ducks, it triggers the commission to change. Because if you like just feed the ducks and you just like go back to talk to Timmy, like Timmy's like, okay, yeah, thanks, bye, But then if I like kill the ducks, then it says, it changes where I think it says like apologize to Timmy, because Timmy's like, oh my gosh, I saw you do that. How can you kill the ducks and blah blah blah, and then that leads to another daily commission where you apologize to Timmy and stuff. So that's a commission. I accidentally killed the ducks because I was like, okay, and then sometimes my some would hit like an attack button instead of just dashing or whatever, because that happens, and then so whoosh, it kills the duck, and then yep, that was accidental. And I was like, oh well, okay. So from then on, I basically, whenever there's a unique daily, I kind of check to make sure there's no hidden achievement or whatever. So yeah. there's a lot of hidden achievements with dailies. I apologize if all the lag and everything, because I don't think they sorted out the Wi-Fi here yet. Like sometimes my computer would have trouble connecting to Wi-Fi. Like you'd be connected to Wi-Fi and then it suddenly just cut off and everything. So it's not just me as well. Like literally everyone on campus is like having trouble with the Wi-Fi. So it kind of sucks. I'll save this one for last because this one doesn't have fighting and everything. Probably. So I'd like to probably, do more of like fighting wise or possible fighting ones after. I mean first. Yeah, so this one I have to have a time trial. Quickest way, I guess, up here and glide down maybe. So sometimes my when I'm playing Genshin, it just jump up to like 900s, and then I'd be like trying to switch characters, but then it wouldn't work, and I'm like, why? And then look at ping, and I'm like, ah, I see why now. Let's see. There's this really cool new gadget from that you receive after some kind whatever reputation level in Inazuma, where you get this can I guess? Let's see. The red feather fan, which is like the Tengu fan, but it increases gliding movement speed by 30% for 30 seconds. But I'm kind of like, that's cool, but I feel like so far, I mean, I don't really glide for that long. Like, I don't really have a use for it, I feel like. Did I do this? Yes, I did. And you can tell if you've done this type of puzzle, if there's this kind of electro sort of glow around it like that. So if you haven't done it, then it wouldn't be like, it wouldn't look like that. Okay. Oh my gosh, it pings just jumping around. These guys are too, like, they're too heavy, I think. And then they just, and they kind of, I don't know what you would call it. They jump away or whatever, teleport, and whatever. And then so it kind of gets out of the, out of his wind vortex or something. Oh, then change characters. And dash out. And okay, there's one. Oh. Oh, there goes his HP. Woo. Kind of sucks how these dudes can not only parry, but they can also heal themselves. And then it's like, well, all that effort for nothing. So you like really have to try to be fast. Come on. He's gone out of frame. There we go. Oh, I really thought he was gonna like heal himself again. Not like, not a second time. I feel like I should really make the what's it, the NRE menu thing, so I can heal my characters, and I'm like, ah. But I don't really know how it works. Like, if you put food in it, is it only gonna be like that one food, or can you like just change it? Like, or would it get rid of the food that you've put in there? Like, how much food can you store? Is it all of it, or can you choose how much you can put in? Ugh. I should stake out the area first. Okay, there's one over there. But where's the second one? And then there's a dude there. I think it might be best to kind of go around the back, because there's that dude. Oh, here is the other one. Okay, well that's nice. Okay, there's one. The other one should be around here. Hopefully he doesn't notice me. Okay, there we go. And the safety area is that way. Oh, there's a dude there. It's okay. We're free. We're free. Let's go. Yeah, I can see that the stream I'm watching, not the stream, the my stream that I'm watching to make sure like everything's okay. I can see it like pausing and loading and stuff. I don't know if that's the same for everyone or just, you know, dependent on people's Wi-Fi and stuff. Voltage. So it should be. You can just see my ping just go. Ah, there it is. There's a. Weep. So close. Okay. Hello. Please, detect the thingy. Why? Where is it? Why is it not? Oh, because I was too far. Oh, I just wasted however much time whatever. And summon that just in case. And there's 30 seconds left. Please. I wish you could kind of gain. Go! I can't believe I made it. Hello, please. There we go. Oh my gosh. Kind of suck. Well, am I still live? Who knows? I think I'm still live, but the Wi-Fi is so bad. Whereas now says this video is either unavailable or not supported in this browser. Error, hashtag 4000. I'm like, okay. Wow, that is way behind. Connecting to chat. Yeah, it's... The video is like at before I even started voltage charge, I'm already finished and it's like I don't know how much lag there is now or buffer time or whatever, but yeah, I hope it's okay. I might have to once I end the stream, like once I finish the stream, I'll have to check it. Like it probably is fine. Okay. Big sis, listen. After I made an offering to the shrine from last time, my wish is granted. A small part of it, at least. But although it's just a small part, this must be the Archon's answer, right? What was your wish? The wish I made last time was for the creator of the manga I'm reading to be more productive. Wow, same. Having one update every 2 days would be best. You know how hard that is, though? I feel like, oh my gosh. But still, yeah, I can understand. Like, there's some manga that, like, you're like, come on, let's update, and it's been months. And you're like, please, I hope it's not dropped. And then the creator actually did double the amount of updated content in one issue. Maybe that's why they're taking so long. However, I've also heard that he's going to take a break for 3 issues. How long is an issue, though? Ha! Oh my gosh, they have a Thanos. They have the Avengers reference perfectly balanced, as all things should be, I guess? Feels like you'll be short 1 issue overall. I'm gonna go with the Thanos reference. Anyway, I'm sure that Archon heard my wishes. That means that the reason why they were not realized is I didn't offer enough things. So we're going to make an offering to other shrines today. This way, I'm sure my wishes will be granted completely. I wonder if, like, if people make prayers to the Archons, like the Archons actually hear it? What's that movie? Something Almighty. What's it called? But it's basically about this dude who, like, kind of, I don't know, it's been so long since I've watched it, but I just remember it was, like, really funny and ridiculous. But he basically got, like, God's power or something. I don't know if it was, like, temporary or, like, just to see what it's like, or I don't know. But then he was basically able to do, I guess, anything since he was like God. So I think when he first got the powers, he heard all of like everyone. If people were making prayers, he heard all their voices and stuff, which is why he made, I think it was, a computer or something, so he can just reply like an email or whatever. So I'm kind of wondering if like the archons actually hear wishes or what. I have asked my parents, and they say that there are still 2 shrines around here. One is near Komora Tea House, and the other one is on the way out of the city. Which shrine do you think we should go to first? Did I say? I can't remember. Sometimes I ramble and I don't remember what I said. But I like to make notes as well of. I think yeah, the what I like to make notes of is every type of like daily commission that leads to an achievement, especially since there's a lot of a lot of dailies where to get the achievement you have to like do all the items, but they, since it's a specific daily quest, you have to like hopefully get it. But there's like multiple things you have to do to like finally complete it, right? So I like to make notes. Like I finally got it's always hard saying this nation. Snezhnaya does not believe in tears, series 1. Like I finally finished it however long ago, like maybe a month or so. But that one is composed of only 2 dailies, but because each of those you have to do like 3 or 4 things, I have to like make a note to remember which item I did. Because I'm pretty sure I could have completed it earlier, but when I got Telling It How It Is or Tales of Winter, I accidentally like repeated an item instead of choosing like the 3rd item, because I'm pretty sure if I did a 3rd item I would have finished it, because otherwise yeah, I don't know, whatever, it's fine, I finished it, it's good. But yeah, I like to make notes to like, hey, I did this, like next time do this or something. So I'll be like, for this one, looks like there's 2 places. So Komora Tea House, and then outside the city. Let's go to the tea house first, I guess. Let's do tea house. Okay, I'm gonna make a note. Nice. Let's go. Okay, yes, let's go. Komora Tea House is where there's what's his name? Basically where the Archon quest and stuff is, no? Oh, that's a different tea house. Or is it, what is this? What? This is the place. Eh? I heard that a Doshin made an offering of many paper cranes here a long, long time ago, wishing that everyone at Hanamizaka can live peacefully. Soon after, a fire broke out nearby and the house caught on fire. However, that house was built with shoddy materials anyway, so the fire finished it off really quickly and it couldn't spread at all. Everybody believes that this was the Archon's protection. Hee hee. Haha. That's why I've also folded some paper cranes and brought them here. And that's enough chit-chat. What should we offer this time then? Oh. We might get a response if we offer paper cranes just like that Doshin. But since this shrine is near the tea house, would it be better if we make an offering of matcha-flavored Konpeito candies? Yeah, and matcha-flavored Konpeito candies are things I like too. Right, he's the one who believes that if you offer something that's like really precious to you, the Archon would be, I guess, more likely to answer or something? What do you think? Wow, okay, I'm gonna make a note just in case. Let's see. Of either Konpeito candy or paper cranes. Let's do the candy. To kind of go in line with, if I offer things I like, then I mean, I don't know if it actually makes a difference, but if you ever get this again, like, paper cranes then, like, whatever. Great, let's just do what? Let's do just that. After preparing everything, the offering. Okay, I didn't get to read that. Hopefully, the Archon will answer me this time as well. I'll be back here tomorrow to see if anything special's happened. Alright, thank you for sticking with me this whole time. Please have these. I really hope that the Archon will answer my wishes. And I'm done with my dailies. Oh yeah, there's a cat here. That's cute. This way, I guess. Doesn't matter. And then go back behind. I still have to kind of like learn the streets of Inazuma. Especially the... Well, I obviously didn't know where Komori Tea House... I thought it was... the one with like the doggy as like the owner. Unless it is and we're just meeting outside near it. Nice. There we go. Whoops, cancel. I think I'm gonna close the window just a second. There's this really weird smell, I think that's coming from outside. One thing you should know is that, like, although at college they're like, oh, don't, smoke weed and don't smoke in general, you still get that, you still have people doing it. And it, like, I don't know, okay, some college, not really gossip or drama, it's just this thing that happens, but one of this, so this is a nicotine, whatever, how you pronounce it, whatever, nicotine-free campus. So literally, if you're off campus, whatever, like, they technically can't do anything, except, I mean, the police, but, like, the RAs, which is, like, resident advisors and stuff, they can't do anything to report you if you're, like, doing it off campus. But, like, some people still do it on campus, but then you're, like, off campus is literally, like, right there. It's just a little bit further to walk, and you're off campus. Like, why? And it's even worse because, like, I'll explain. So, I'm on, like, the first floor, and there's no aircon in this building. So I have to open the windows, right? Because outside's a lot cooler, and there's wind, and it's, like, fine, whatever. But then I get these people who, like, smoke weed, like, right outside somewhere, because I face, like, this greenery, kind of, I guess. And then so, like, the smell comes into my room, and it stinks. It's, like, disgusting. It's, like, ugh. So it's, like, it's really annoying. So thankfully, I'm getting a package, which is a fan. So hopefully, like, I'm probably still kind of open my window, though, for, like, fresh air. But, like, if there is going to be some weed smoking through into my window from outside, I can, like, either... Well, I would close the window, and then I can, like, fan it out, Because the first time this happened, it was even stronger than now. Like, I don't know what's this weird smell. It smells like citrusy weed, but it's still... Ugh. But, yeah, so then it took kind of a while for my room to kind of air out. And my room's not even that big. But I didn't have a fan, so it was just, like, slow going, like, slow... dissipation out of my room and stuff. So that sucked, and then it still sucks because I don't have my fan yet. And it just smells. And it sucks. like there's a whole bunch of rules that I feel like yeah, there's rules, but it's like if you think logically and be smart about it, you can technically, not get in trouble. But please, guys, just don't do drugs and everything. It's just like, oh, it smells. It smells. Oh, like in the U.S., if you're 21 and over, you can drink, right? But in the dorms, you can't drink on campus. Like, yes, you're 21, you're legal, but since you're on campus, you can't. So that makes sense, right? You're at school, like you shouldn't be drinking at school, technically, right? Some people still do. And then it even makes more sense where even if you're 21, but if you have like a roommate or roommates who aren't legal yet, you can't drink in your room with them as well because they're not legal. So it's like, yes, that makes sense. Yeah, but people still do. And people still, I don't know, do dumb stuff, I guess. I'm just one of those people who don't understand why. I can't remember who said it, but either like a friend or my parents or something, but they're saying that no matter what the legal age is, there's still going to be underage drinking. So like in the US it's 21. I think everywhere, I mean, of course there's places where like you can't drink no matter how old you are because it's just like religion and things like that. But I think pretty much everyone else, the drinking age is like 18. And then Korea, they have kind of weird, they kind of do it by years, if that makes sense. Like, if, okay, I think for now, well, I don't know what's a good example. Okay, they say like, in a school year, there's going to be people who would, kind of be older than you or younger than you, right? But you're all in the same grade. So, let's just say, like, you were born in November, like 2002 or something, okay? And then you have, a friend in the same grade, but they were born in like, June. What year did I just say? 2010. So 2003, right? And then just say you go to Korea, and then like in the summer, just say in July. So you're both, and just say you're both, 18 by then. But because they do it by years, it'd be like, okay, 2000s and up, or 2000s and older, I guess I should say, are legal. So, your friend and you are both 18, right? But because you were born in 2002, but your friend was born in 2003, you're both 18, but because of the year and stuff, you would be legal, but your friend wouldn't. I don't know, like, how to explain it for that huge, long explanation, but that's how kind of like Korea does it, I guess. So, like, if you're the oldest one of the group, or like, you're born the year before, and like the rule is, your year and older, your friends would probably be like, hey, you're gonna help us buy some alcohol. But yeah, what was I going on a tangent for? Yeah, anyways, it's very, yeah, so no matter what age, there's always going to be like underage drinking. But for me, I don't like to drink. Like, I don't like the taste of it. It's like bitter and gross. And then like, the symptoms afterwards, I don't really find appealing. Like, I feel like it just doesn't seem pleasant. Like, if you're drunk, I feel like you might not be, like, you won't be able to control yourself really as well as when you're sober. So I'm like, why like risk, either embarrassing yourself or like hurting someone or yourself when you're drunk, And then like, if you have a hangover, that sounds horrible, you know, like headaches and like feeling sick, and then all that stuff is like I can already get, you know, motion sick without drinking at all. And apparently hangovers are actually worse than that. And I'm like, and I was like, I already feel horrible when I get motion sick. I don't want to feel worse than that. So for me, I don't want to get drunk, and I don't want to have a hangover. It's like, it sounds horrible. Sounds like a bad idea. And yeah, I just don't like the taste. So, and I don't know if it's just because I don't know if it's a psychological effect or what, but even if I drink, like, just say 4% peach flavored uh, alcohol of whatever, like, okay, there's this type of soju, you know, the Korean alcoholic clear looking whatever, but they have like a 4 point something percent, like really low percent, and it's like peach flavored and it's sparkling. So it's kind of like peach flavored soda with a bit of alcohol, right? Like, that's okay. Like, you know, low percentage, flavored, sweet is fine for me. But as I was saying, like, I don't know if it's just psychological, but the more I drink of it, the more bitter it becomes. So obviously, the more I drink, the more I don't like it because it gets bitter. I don't know if it's just because I can just taste the alcohol more or something, or I'm just getting sick of the drink, or it's just psychological. But yeah, like, yeah, I don't really drink a lot anyways. It would just be like one can of 4%. Oh, like apple cider. There's this, what's it, Summersby? Summersby is there's it's a brand, but then they have apple cider and it's like 4.5% or something. So like, the first sip it tastes like kind of like apple juice, but then the more I drink it, the more bitter it becomes. So I literally just drink like the one can and I'm good because I'm like, it's kind of bitter. Yeah, so I don't know if it's just my taste and just my own thoughts of, not wanting to be drunk and like having a hangover, but I don't understand why people like to party. I'm not, also probably because of my whole personality, I'm literally in my room by myself streaming. And, that's good for me. I'm like fine being indoors all day, every day, on my computer, on my phone, playing games, reading manga, just reading books, watching movies and videos and all that. So like this whole pandemic, I was like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. It's what I do anyways. So for me, maybe it's because of that. Like, since I'm kind of introverted a bit, and so I'm not really a party person, that can also be why you're not gonna find me really there, unless like my friends insist, and then I'm like gonna go as like the parent to make sure that my friends are okay. That's probably the only reason you'd find me out, and I'd just be like bringing my own water bottle or something. But that was a tangent that I can't remember where the start was and where it was leading and going to. Um. Okay, so that's all my dailies. I did all the weekly bosses. I finished them yesterday. I also, after the last stream, I think the next day I literally grinded the Mechanicus. And I was like, apparently, I think there was like a weekly XP limit or something, because I think I was almost at level 10, but then it was like, there was this kind of XP amount where it's like, I don't know if it was the level, like, hey, you need this much more XP to be at the next level or whatever, or if it's like the weekly. But yeah, I was like, wait, is that a weekly thingy? like the BP pass? We can only have, 1,000 a week. Anyways, luckily I got to level 10 and I was like, okay, good. I have like all the rewards. I just need to defeat like 23 more enemies. And I was like, oh, finally finished that. My gosh. And I was worried that I wouldn't be able to finish. And I'm like, no, I have to. because I'd just be like so frustrated at myself. I'm like, the rewards, oh my gosh, the rewards and everything. And then yesterday I also finished the Phantom Flow or whatever. Yeah, I finished that. I think the last stage isn't actually as bad. There's a stage either like let's see. Let's just teleport there. I didn't realize you can do that until like a few days ago. I was like, wait, you can teleport straight here? You don't have to teleport to Rito, get the boat, and then, you know, get... Which one was it? One of these took me like so many tries to finish. Either because my characters kept dying, even with Zhongli's beautiful, amazing shield, or like I took too long to defeat the enemies required and whatever. But then, oh my gosh, this is literally me spamming burst. I was like, go, 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 and like getting skills and like, oh, and then switching character, like whatever character, and like throwing down their burst or skill. I was like just doing random stuff. There's no strategy at all. Like there's maybe a little planning, like, okay, there's gonna be, you know, some hilly trails. Okay, fine, just have Kazuha and then suck them all up and then clump them all together and everything. Or like here, I didn't really hit their weak points, but I did have Ganyu just in case. But eventually 2 at a time started coming, and I was like, okay, well, I can't really focus. So I was just, you know, throwing down skills and bursts and everything. So sometimes, like, the characters I initially put in have some thought, like, because sometimes there's maybe, okay, it doesn't really look, like, sometimes there's specific kind of elements you might want to have, or specific characters or weapons, and I don't know, whatever. So that was like probably the only thought process I had, and then once it started, it was just like, oh, because you do extreme, and I think you need to defeat 20 to 25 enemies in 180 seconds, plus like 2 of like the bigger ones. So like, just say you're doing this one, you need to defeat like 20 of the hilly trolls, but then you need to defeat 2 lava trolls in like the however many seconds, 180 seconds. And then this one you can choose like how, like, yeah, okay, let's see. The extreme, 25 opponents within 180 seconds, plus I don't know if that actually adds. So if you like defeat the 2 lava trolls, if that adds to like 25 in total. So like if you just say you defeat 2 lava trolls, would that contribute, and you just have to defeat 23? Whatever. Like I'm just not paying attention. I'm like just trying to go and everything, just end the misery. So I don't really know if like defeating the lava troll counts as like an opponent. I think it does. But that's like, but if you defeat 25 opponents but you haven't defeated lava trolls, you still have to keep going. But yeah, this one is like once you, like, if you do extreme, you basically complete hard and normal difficulties and you get the rewards. But then the Akuden, however you pronounce that, is separate. Like, you can see that the enemies are different. But I think the effect is the same. Oh, except for this part. What's this? Oh, yeah. Well, this one, I think it was this one where it took me like many tries and everything. It was like suffering. This one though actually wasn't as bad, I feel like. Like there's literally just these 2 that you have to do. So, and when you do this one, like without the Akuden, they come one at a time. So I feel like that's easier. You can just focus on one and like just, you know, I think it was, what's their names again? Monster list. Okay, right. So I think the Abyss Herald comes first, and then the Abyss Lector. Anyways, they just come one at a time, so it's kind of easier. You can just like focus on the one, use that one element to like break their shield, and then the other one comes in. But then Akuden, both of them come in, and it's like, okay, and like you're trying to deal with both of them at the same time. It's like the spiral last time. It's like, oh, I haven't actually done the spiral for this. Like after they changed the enemies, I'm like too scared to do it. I was like, oh, it looks super hard, so I haven't touched it. Like just when I thought I can do the spiral abyss, they changed it, and then like I haven't, and it seems really hard. Like a lot of people seem to kind of have like quite a bit of trouble, and I was like, not gonna touch that. So there's also the web event. There's Paimon's like 10 questions or something. It started yesterday. Right? Whatever. Oh, what time is it? Yeah, it started, I think, like Asian Thursday? Because today's. Wait, no, Friday? Oh, time zone differences. Like for me, when I did it, it was yesterday, which is Thursday. But it was Thursday night. So I think that would have been Friday. Wait, but I did a quiz today and it's still Friday. I'm so confused. Anyways, it's been 2 days where you can answer, questions, the Paimon thing, and get, which I haven't actually gotten. Yeah, you get Mora for. I think you get 5,000 more for every. Yeah, you get 5,000 more for every correct question. So here you can see that 45,000. That means I've gotten 9 out of 10 questions right. But you can do it. You can redo it, I think, 2 more times. Because you have, like, I don't know what you call it, like daily check-ins or whatever that, normal web events have, that you can claim more tries or, like, get more moves, like, whatever. So, yeah, you can do that. There we go. And that. Yes, I still do the monthly daily check-in things. I just find it, like, nice to get. Like, I know it's not much, but I feel like it's better than nothing. I'm like that type of person where it's like, who gets excited picking up 10 cents on the ground? Because it adds up. It adds up, guys. It adds up. So, I'm going to be doing some ley lines because, yeah, there's a ley line flow, which is beautiful. It's like the greatest thing ever. Sadly, there's only 3. I don't know if it's. I mean, I feel like actually 3 is kind of a good amount. That's like 60 res in there, where you get double rewards. I'm like, if it's any more, maybe 4 would be nice. You can like, do 2 and 2 of each or whatever. But let's go to. Let's see. Oh my gosh. I remember watching the 2.1 trailer, and there's like so much that's going to be added. I'm like super excited. Like, not like, the characters, like the events, and then like the story quests, and then like a new area as well. It's like, whoa! I was like, oh, it's so exciting. So I'm kind of like preparing, like, yeah, early preparation. I'm not really excited for the new enemies, so I'm like, okay. Anyways, I'm like, there's gonna be, Ball, there's gonna be Sarah, and then afterwards, Kokomi. I'm like, wow, Ball seems really cool too, and Sarah as well. But then for that, you need Mora and XP books, and I'm like, okay, well, time to utilize the ley line flow, and I'm like, as I'm looking at how many books I have, and then how much Mora I have. And I'm like, The reason I have this much Mora and books is because I actually haven't leveled. Same as resin, because I haven't like I haven't really built any characters in a while. Because normally once I level up the character and I level up their talents and I get the artifacts and I get the talent books and I get the weapon and all that, like my morale goes down to like 9,000, not 1,000, maybe like 9 million mora. And then my books get down to like 400 or 300 or something like that, and I'm like, oh, taking a hit. But yeah, like I haven't, like I think out of the new characters, I've kind of built Ayaka, but she's still not great. Like her artifacts can definitely be better. I think I still have like one 4-star artifact because I haven't been able to get like a good, I think it was the helmet on her. I haven't been able to get like a good 5-star one of that. So that's, just waiting. And then her talents are like, kind of high, but not like maxed out. I actually haven't crowned any characters. Like, I love Zhongli and like Xiao and, Child and everything, but I haven't crowned them yet. I don't know why. I just kind of like hold off on that. So they're like literally, I just need, just to crown them and then it's done. But I'm like, But yeah, after Ayaka, like, I haven't really done a lot of, I guess you could say, grinding. Like, I haven't really done artifact domains or like talent domains after, or even weapon domains. I've just been doing like some ley lines, obviously the weekly bosses. I haven't even done like the world bosses because I'm not leveling up characters, so I'm not, having to do that, I guess. So that's why the Mora and books just kind of accumulated. So yeah, I'm quite proud. 14 million. I remember when I first hit like 11 million. I'm like, wow. And it's just like 1 1 1 1. It's like my eyes can't differentiate what digits and everything. But yeah, this is definitely the highest I've gone. 14 million. But next characters that are coming out, I definitely want to try to, build Ball. I feel like she'd be really cool to build and everything. But I don't know what she needs. Like, obviously, artifacts and talent books and weapon stuff and character ascension things. But, I kind of wonder. I feel like both Ball. I think, okay, Ball would probably need to have the Electro. Apparently, it's pronounced like Oceanid, not Oceanid, but if you split it, it's Ocean and then id. So, but apparently, it's pronounced like Oceanid. I still haven't actually researched what mythical creature it's based off of yet. Like I remember the voice actor saying like, oh yeah, it's actually pronounced like Oceanid, like based off of some mythical creature, but I haven't like searched up what it is and how to pronounce it. Really, I'm just going off what the voice actors are saying. Same with Animo. So I've heard, like I can't remember where, but it's kind of like, okay, so Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, Geo, I think they're Latin. Like hydro means water in Latin, same as pyro. Pyro means fire in Latin. So, and I remember when I started playing the game, I was like, what is animo and like dendro? Like I kind of understood like dendro is plants and stuff, but I was like, I don't think that's, Latin. And then animo I've never heard of, and I'm like, what is it? And apparently, I think, well, I know animo is based off the Greek word animos, which is wind in Greek. And if you search up how to pronounce, animos, it's animos. So without the S, it's animo instead of animo, which a lot of people have been saying. But I'm going with Greek pronunciations, which is animo. Just to, you know, throw it out there, clarify. It's Greek for wind. Dendro is straightforward. Dendro. I don't think anyone's pronounced it like dendro, but it means, I think, tree. I don't know if it's also Greek or not, but it means tree. It's pretty cool. I have gone off topic and I can't remember where the heck I was thinking. Okay, anyways, ley line flow. I mean, technically at this point it doesn't really matter which one I do, but I'm like, Maybe I'll go for XP books, I guess. Let's do that. Let's do like 2 XP and 1 more. Maybe I'll go heal first. Yeah, I'm like checking my stream on my laptop and it's like loading at in the middle of Archon, that daily. Okay, if I reload, is it gonna catch up? Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. By the way, whenever it rains, there's gonna be no crystal flies. And it's like, okay, fine. This way I think it was? It's gonna be like on top of the cliffs there somewhere. Yep, there it is. I hope the rain will be advantageous to me. Oops, there. See, like, I would accidentally press, like, I would accidentally press, like, the attack button instead of, like, dashing or jumping or whatever. And that's how I accidentally killed the ducks and discovered there was a hidden achievement that went along with that daily. Okay. Nice. Lots of boars here. Okay, I can't reach it. Oh, whatever. Let's just go. Oops, there was no enemies there. Haha. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. It feels like, you know, the cryo abyss mage, and it was raining, and that would have been horrible. Wee. Collect that. Draw them both in. And there you go. There we go. And next place, okay. Yep, down below. I think down here it's a lot of slimes and like hilly trolls, maybe like a mix of both. But it's really cool when you actually like when you see like the ley line from a when you see the hello please. Oh, way back there. I feel like this always happens. Like sometimes I'll be going somewhere, especially during like when I go to ley line, then it's like, oh, talk to troubled Liane, or how do we pronounce it? Liane? And it's like basically back at where I did the previous ley line, and I'm like, okay. I think they fixed it a bit where, because I remember one time there's troubled Liane. I'm gonna pronounce it Liane. I'll probably switch in between Liane and Liane, whatever. But she was by the Dawn Winery statue of the Seven, in front of, you know, that apple tree with like the 3 apples on the tree and like 3 or 4 more apples on the ground. And she's like, "Oh, can you help me? I'm looking for like 3 apples." And I'm like, there it's like right there. Like, I know there's so many memes about like helping her find stuff, and it's like right in front of her. But yeah, that was a very good example. Okay, turn back and go to the other ley line now. Hmm.
Time to go.
Anyways, as I was saying, it's really cool to see like the ley line from afar because they have this like mist around them, right? One time I was climbing up to whatever ley line it was, and then since I was on the cliff, like to say this is a cliff, and I was like climbing up to it, and then I can tell there's the Mora ley line, the whatever it's called, because there was like the gold mist just kind of like rolling off of the cliff, and like it was like, oh, okay, hello.
Time to go.
Yep, slimes and hilly turtles.
Submit for judgment.
They would be immune to that, so I'm just gonna do this.
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate.
I only learned like kind of a while ago that the mutant, when they say mutant like electro slime, they mean the yellow ones. And I was like, oh, that's what it was. And then apparently like it's best to kind of kill the yellow ones first if you can, because that's they kind of like, I guess you say, control the purple ones and like give them abilities or something. Like they get some electro ring or whatever and stuff. But anyways, they like kind of add a new ability for the purple, the electro slimes, the purple ones. Okay, now I'm gonna do one more. So it's fine. Okay. It's probably best to go this way. This is also another spot where there's, what do you call those? Like the World Commission things. Usually like right up there where that challenge is. Like right here. There's a lot of times where there's the things that appear here. Same with Cecilia, I think Cecilia Garden. When you teleport there, there's a lot of that World Commission, or not World Commission, companionship commissions or whatever. Okay, huge heavy slimes.
Wind strider.
Kind of want to.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
I don't have any pyro, but that's okay. I have coaching, which is surprisingly very powerful right now. Woo!
Time to go. The wind knows it.
Yeah, it's nice. Grab all that and like.
With sword comes shadow.
Cryos. Oh, you just teleported. That's fine, I guess. That's not the character I wanted. There we go. Come on. There we go. Break a shield. Sometimes the best mages are like a real annoyance, pain. Oh, hello there. It's kind of funny. Sometimes you can just stand here and they would still miss you. Oh no, he got me. Fine, he didn't drop anything. Oh, he's too deep in water to actually hit me. I think that's all of them for today. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking of starting a YouTube channel so I can post my previous streams and stuff. Because I realized that Twitch does this weird thing where they only save your videos for 14 days, or I don't know exactly the conditions, but like, or 60 days, which I don't have, obviously, I guess. But I'm like, I want to save these videos, you know, like, and I feel like it's 14 days is 2 weeks, and I probably only stream maybe like twice a week-ish, so there'd only be maybe a max of like 4 videos on the whatever. I don't know like how to like what makes it to, you know, saves it for 60 days, but still 60 days is like 2 months, and it's like, okay. So I'm thinking of like making a YouTube channel just so I can like post the videos and like save it there. But I haven't done that yet. So, Okay, I still have 80 resin. How much condensed do I have? I have none. I'm thinking like maybe I should do some domains, you know, spend some fragile resin. But I don't know. Like, since I'm not really building any characters, I don't really like I should be doing some other domains to like better to I don't know, explain to yeah, just to like build my characters that I've already like leveled, but their artifacts suck. Like, you know, Ayaka. Let's just teleport here for a second. Like, normally when I build a character, I don't really level up their artifacts to 20 just yet. I don't know why. Just kind of like, once I get to 16, or if I'm lucky and get like the 2 times or 5 times, what's it, XP bonus or whatever, then it'd be, you know, 17 or so. But yeah, normally it's like just 16. Sometimes, depending, I might go to 20. Like here, Kazuha's at 20. But I think that's because I wanted to have his HP. But yeah, a lot of characters don't really... Or the reason they're 20 is because they're from previous characters. Like, I'm pretty sure some of these artifacts I had on, Child or something. Or the only reason I have a 20 is because I really like the character. Like, Zhongli has, I think, pretty much... Yeah, he has all level 20. Xiao, I think, also has all level 20. Yes? Yes. And I think Child also has all level 20. Yeah. Ganyu, I think, also. Maybe. Except for one, maybe? Or yeah, all of them are. But she's still kind of squishy. Like, look at that. 16 HP. But yeah, Ayaka, she has the one. Cause like that's the, like it, oh, there's this funny meme I saw where it's like, I don't know meme titles. I just know like the format, like the image, but it's basically like 4-star artifacts is this buff, you know, what's it, buff like dog, who has like really good substats and like main stats, and it's like 5 stars like the weak one, with like horrible main and substats, and I'm like, yeah, that's so true. Or maybe I should just, like, yeah, it's not great. And then it's, or sometimes it's kind of like placeholders or something, like at least something, right? Like official. Yeah, I haven't really been able to get. I think I only have one. What's this? Thundering Fury. Yeah, I just have this. And I still haven't leveled it because I'm like, what if there's a better flower? Maybe. Who knows? Yeah, Xianglings. Yeah, look at that. I think this. Yeah, I think this used to be on Zhongli. Maybe? I mean, it probably was at some point, which is why it's at level 20. Yeah, Eula just has this. Also, Mona has some, like, child, I think, pass me downs. Which is why some of them are, like, level 20. Or Xiao, I think, had this flower, maybe. Who knows, whatever. Yeah, Ningguang is kind of, squishy. And I'm kind of sad about that. Yes, I basically just kind of, like, sort of built Sayu, but not really, as you can kind of see. So, It's really cool, the Favonius Greatsword, when you level it up. It's like a really cool look. I think the bell also has a really cool look when you level it. Like, I think it becomes all white? I have to check. I remember, like, talking about this, but then I kind of, like, forgot to search it up. Let's search it up now, because while I'm here. The bell... Genshin, I guess? And search up images. Yeah, it looks really nice when you actually level it up. It turns white with like a black middle. So if I go to the bell, well, I feel like the archives might be better. I don't know how to point it out though. Like, so like the middle part with the gold, just like slightly around it, it's black, and then like outside of that is white. Yeah, like it turns like a really dark black. Like I'd say this is kind of like a gray. So like after you level up the bell, it looks really nice. I think what's another? There's another claymore. I think Bloodstain. Bloodstain looks really cool after leveling up. Bloodstained. Not chivalry. What's that? Oh, is that the? Is that like an artifact set? Whoops. Bloodstained Greatsword. Genshin, I guess, yeah. Yeah, the Bloodstain looks really cool when you level it up. It turns all red with, like, the gold middle still in there. Like, it turns, like, a bright red. And looks really cool. I wish, like... I kind of wish the weapons, you know... I feel like lower levels change, like the image changes really drastically, and then the 5-star is like, like a little bit of color, you know, like woo, and then that's it. Or like more glow, it just gets more glowy. Well, like the lower levels, you know, actually, you can really notice the difference in look. But yeah, Bloodstained is a really nice looking one when you level it up. I mean, obviously I haven't because, yeah, level 4. Yeah, this is really pretty looking when it's leveled. What does a non-leveled one look like? Do I have one? Yes, I do. That's what it looks like. Yeah, see how like the top part is kind of like a grayish, like a maybe purpley-ish kind of gray, and then like when you actually level it, it becomes like black. So that's kind of like what happens with the bell. Like the bell is kind of like this purpley-ish gray, right? But then the little part, like the middle part, kind of surrounding the gold center there, it turns like a black, and then the rest turns white. I don't actually know what the bell, like who the bell's good on. I just have it on Noel because like whatever. I'm not really using Noel anyways, so it's fine. Yeah, I have so many weapons now, and I'm like, should I use some of these to burn? Probably. I think the first time I noticed that weapons actually change like appearance is when I leveled up the sacrificial sword. Because before it's blue, and then once you send it to like 40, 50, it turns purple. And I was like, wait a second, what? And that was like the first time I noticed and realized that they actually changed appearances. And I was like, wait, has this been a thing? But yeah. I wonder what this would look like, leveled up. And I'm so curious as to the new fish greatsword. Like, what would it look like when you ascend it? I still can't believe they actually made just a giant fish claymore. It's like, what? Oh my gosh. I remember seeing it for the first time and I was like, that's real? That's a thing?
It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Oh yeah, I still haven't. I think I only just started to get the 2 new artifacts like yesterday. Before I haven't even touched the domain, so I never like had anything. But now I have like some. What was I doing? Materials, right? Or equipment? Equipment should be. There we go. Yeah, see? I haven't even gone like a full set of the 4 stars of it. It's like it's just horrible drops. Horrible. I don't really understand how to do that domain. Like they say, so there's these. So it's kind of like the, how do you pronounce it? The dragon spine domain. That one. It's like peak of Oh my goodness. Danier? Dagnier? It's kind of like pronouncing Sora's hammer. It's like, look at the spelling, and then you like, but it's like pronounced Mjolnir or something. Oh my gosh, I'm like butchering everything. But yeah, it's kind of like this. That's, okay, whatever. It's kind of like this domain where you can kind of see in the picture, but there's these, little lit up pads. So in the new domain, there's 2 pads. One would be red and one's going to be blue. And it's not like a sheer cold effect, thank goodness. It's actually a buff to their respective elements. So apparently there's like a flame boon and then there's a frost boon, and you get however much attack percent of. I mean, we can just go to that domain. It's not this one. This one? No, it shouldn't be that. This one? This one. Okay, let's just teleport to it, because I might just do it. I'm trying to get something. I still have to, like... I still don't really understand the artifact sets completely, like who's it good for and everything. So I have to, like, watch that. Okay, so... yeah, so there's the flame and frost boon. So then they'll gain, the pyro cryo damage bonus. So you'd think it'd be, faster. You'd complete the domain faster, but I'm still kind of slow at it. But yeah, like the pad, so the red pad would be, I'm guessing, the flame boon. So if you're on that one, you get the 60% pyro damage, and then if you're standing on the blue one, you would get the 60% cryo damage. And I'm like, okay. I don't know if there's. I don't see a difference really. It still takes a while. Okay, there we go. What were the enemies again? Right. I think there's 4 enemies in total. 2 electro slimes, one abyss mage, and then 1 lava troll. So like slimes are easy enough, and electro abyss mage and the lava troll is kind of Ooh, 29% battery. Just gonna charge my phone. Is it charging? Yes, it is. Okay. Like, let's see. Let's have 2 cryo and then 1 pyro.
Time for some training?
I like to have at least 3 characters that aren't friendship level 10 when doing domains. Zhongli is there so they survive. And it don't take too long on like the domains and stuff. Okay, see, now it's on the, so we're on the blue pad. So I should be getting like, you know, cryo, what's it? Cryo buff and stuff, the frost boon, which is 60%.
I will have order.
60% cryo damage. Sorry, my brain was like fighting and I was like, wait a second, what am I doing?
Submit for judgment.
Yeah, so there's 4 enemies in total, as you can see.
Embrace the ice.
I forgot I didn't have Kazuha to kind of do anything.
Stabilize. Order
Nice,
guide
his
you.
burst is back up.
Swift and
Well,
merciful.
that's not the character, but okay. I was like, wait, is Abyss Mage defeated yet? And, come on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's a minute and 15 seconds. It's kind of long, I feel like. Wait, I don't have any. Oh, I forgot to make condensed. Oh, let's just see what we have. Let's use some resin. This is pretty. What's this? So, how do you pronounce that? Sojourner? Sojourner? But this is such a pretty looking flower. But what is, I don't know. Attack 18% increases charge. I think this is, I have to look at archives, but it's not too bad. 2 attacks, I guess. But this is the thing. I'm like, should I clean up my artifacts and like only save artifacts that have crit damage and crit rate in the substats? Or should I, because currently I have, you know, saved attack percent and flat attack, or if the artifact says like flat attack and like crit damage, or if it's like attack percent, you know, crit damage, stuff like that, I would save. But I'm like, should I just save? Should I just like do some spring cleaning and just save the ones that have crit damage and crit rate? I don't know. Okay, let's leave so I can, you know, use some resin, the fragile resin, and create some condensed. I still think that Lia's crafting table is the best location because it's closest to like the waypoint. It'd be like Liyue, then Inazuma, then Mondstadt because of sorry Timaeus, but yeah, you're kind of in the way. Oh yeah, I should use Fragile first and then Great. Jeez. Okay, how much should I use? Maybe let's use 3. 180, create. Okay, I can only create 5, but nice. And go back and just, I guess, do this domain for today. Because I have no other plans. I don't really, like, have any... Like, I've heard that for Ball, which is it? This one. I've heard that this 4-piece set would be good for her. But, you know, you have to wait till she actually comes out. But I'm like... And then, I don't really understand it completely. Like, how this set works and stuff. When casting an elemental skill, if the character has 15 or more energy, they lose that. But they gain... Like, I think... Like, based off of this description, it seems like this 4-piece set would be good on Yoimiya. If you don't really plan to use her burst. But again, like, But apparently this is also good for Ball. Because, like, I think in the video, they're like, when she does her burst, or skill? No, when she does her burst, it converts her, like, skill damage into, like, something where it's, like, burst damage, basically. So, like, this would be really good. I don't know. I feel like it's getting so confusing. And I'm like, eh. But anyways, let's just, I guess, do this domain. Because apparently also the other set, I can't remember what it's called. That purple one. Like, it's good for, I guess, kind of like a replacement Noblesse Oblige. Noblesse Oblige. Noblesse Oblige? Okay, it's over there. I kind of like the cryo one better. I don't know why. Maybe because I just have more cryo characters. So I'm like, why not, right?
Sakura swirl. My apologies.
And
You came. A touch of frost.
And I don't know. I guess.
Whirling snow.
Submit for judgment.
And then do the
Order
Johnny's
guard.
burst. Okay, I was like, did that do nothing? But it's lag. Is it still true that Zhongli's character, what's it, trailer thingamabob is like still the best one? I don't know, it's just like really cool, and it's not like too, I don't know, jumpy or like too, ooh, nice, I got 3. Ooh, what's this? See, I would save this because attack, it has flat attack and then it has crit rate. And then it's nice how the main stat is also attack percent, because normally, even if the substats are good, they'll be like HP or something. This is a cool looking flower, or flower feather. But yeah, defense, HP, then crit rate, so I'd probably burn that. Not burn, I'd convert it to, you know, they have that nice new more free convert 3 5-stars to 1 5-star thing going on, so I'm doing that. This one would also go to that. Oh, let's just keep going until I run out of resin, condensed resin. so pretty, these domains. Like, I remember seeing like pictures of it and I was like, wow, look how like scenic it is. And it's a really weird thing that domains, they count this whole beginning part before you even start into like the challenge time. So like if you haven't started the challenge yet, but you know, you're just hanging out, that would count as into the battle time, which kind of doesn't make sense. Like, I wish it would kind of, hello, there we go. Like, I wish it would start when you actually do, you know, start the challenge instead of just randomly. Okay, there's gonna be some lag. Yeah, instead of just, yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. So you mean, like, you can actually do the domain in, like, you know, 10 seconds, but then if you hang out before that for like an hour to say, it would say an hour and 10 seconds instead of like the 10 seconds that you actually, you know, did. So it's kind of weird. And it's just like, eh. I'm like, should I say this because it has an electro damage bonus, but like, look at the substats, they're not that great. And that's not great either. So burn that. Okay, let's just continue. Continue. I hope the Wi-Fi improves, my goodness. Okay. He's in the corner and he's gone out of the corner. It kind of sucks how that happens. And then her burst is just wasted.
Submit for judgment. A touch of frost.
And let's just do that because they're here and it's great.
Take flight.
I don't. Hello.
Sakura swirl.
No, no, no. Like, not this time. Yeah, I still love how Jean's charge attack can, like, knock these dudes off their feet. You're like, yeah, Jean. So, yeah. Because, yeah, I think it's because of how her charged attack is. Like, how it knocks enemies up and then they fall, you know, slowly down and everything. Because she's the only, I think she's like one of the only sword users where her charged attack is not like a cross kind of slash thing. Like it's just a thrust up. Ooh, this is like one of the best flowers I've seen. Like, yes, there's only one, you know, crit, but the other two are attacks, so it's like, okay. Crit rate with, okay, I'm thinking maybe I'll save this just in case, because I don't have many of the set. And this is definitely, like, a pretty okay helmet. It's not, you know, healing bonus like it usually is. Nice, his burst is back up. Ayaka's isn't though. Yeah, it's just... Okay, but there's two cryo characters. Come over here. Yes, yes, keep walking here, charge. Yep, jump over there, I guess, okay.
I will have order.
Petrify you.
My apologies.
Do this.
Submit for judgment.
And do that. Oh, oh, she can actually go under that. I guess that, you know, makes sense, but sometimes there's like... sometimes it might not work. No, no, no. Hit this dude. And... there we go. Stun you.
This is order. Spirit blade.
Not quite what I wanted to do, but that's okay.
Embrace the ice. Whirling snow.
Nice. Oh, see, he just kind of like go. Oh, there we go. Yes. There we go. That. I love it when that happens, where like they just kind of get continuously stunned, and then it's like, oh, and you're like, yes. Okay, one more resin. Yeah, I somehow completely forgot that Fridays for me is pretty free. Like, I only have one class in the morning. Okay, it's 2 helmets. Ugh, burn. I don't know. HP though, main stat. Okay.
I will have order.
Take flight.
Submit
This?
for judgment. Forth my blade.
Kamisato, so she catches it, and there's
Whirling snow.
nice. I was like, get over here. Okay, well that's that.
Take flight.
And then I guess stun you again, because why not? And yes, it's
Solidify. Swift and merciful.
Whirling snow.
I don't know, is this considered good damage? Like, maybe, I don't know. I think it's, like, actually pretty okay considering her artifacts aren't really, like, great. Yeah, I don't know how people can see the numbers. Because, like, I don't know if it's because I'm, like, on mobile versus, you know, PC, but whenever my friends are like, oh, how much, you know, how much damage does your Zhongli ult do? And I'm like, I don't know, I can't see. And they're like, oh, it's just like large numbers. And I'm like, I can't see the large numbers. I just see a whole bunch of numbers in my face, and I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, it's for me, it's just really hard to, you know, spot out the big numbers and everything. Okay, that's HP main stat again. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just hard for me to just spot out numbers. I'm like, okay, I see some smaller numbers, but yeah, I can never see like the big numbers. So I don't know. Like that's why in what's it, Wonders of the World, there's that one achievement about like the crit damage or whatever, right? Yeah, purveyor of punishment. And apparently I've hit, you know, 186,916, but I've never seen that number. Like, I just get blinded by the smaller numbers. So I'm like, I hit that? Okay. I think that improved. I think before I had slightly lower than that. Nice, I guess. From who? I don't know. 186,916. Yeah, I don't know from who. Probably Zhongli something, I don't know. But then again, it's yeah. So I don't see like the big damage numbers and stuff because I just either I'm blind
Blade embraces
or like it really is like, you know, it's kind of hard for people to see. Okay, I didn't get that butterfly. But yeah. Okay, I still have 40, so maybe I'll just, I guess, make one more resin and do the domain one more time. Right, this dude's here. Is that it? Did I just plant it yesterday? I guess. It's nice how you can, now they actually implemented like the teleportation stuff in the teapot. Like, I mean, you have to buy it, but like at least they have, you know, the teleportation stuff there, because before they didn't. And trying to like get around your teapot is kind of like, oh, tedious a bit. So it's nice how they added that. And not only that, but since it's a teleportation point, you can actually just teleport right into it without taking out your teapot. Kind of like how you can, you know, teleport out. It's just to a waypoint. Though for some reason, I still kind of use the teapot. Like, yeah. I just, yeah, it's something I kind of forget that I have teleportation waypoints in there. And so I, you know, go do this and then like place that down and then go in like that. And I'm like, wait, there's the teleportation points. Okay, it's almost full. I was worried that his ult might have been, you know, not fully charged or like near or something, and I'm like, darn it.
Solidify.
And should be getting, there it is, and just do that. And just do this. And then just do that. And then do this. And then where are you going? Put that down, catch it on her.
Take flight.
Ooh, that was close. No, don't. Oh, he's gone it back up. Ah, I should have paid more attention to him.
My apologies.
A touch of frost. Spirit blade. Attack.
Embrace the ice.
That's okay. I got you.
Whirling snow.
Okay. I mean, still, you know, over a minute, but that's not bad. That's not bad. I'm not using D-Luke at all, very interestingly. Yeah, I feel like Cryo's like the best at breaking their electro shields. Ooh, I got 3. They're probably not great. Yep. Yep. As I suspected. Okay, let's like sort through my artifacts. Should I level some up though? Level some artifacts and then let's see. Let's go to the crafting table and do that 5-star converting. What's it? I'll save that. I guess I'll save it. This one I should save. No. No. Save. I guess save that one. No. 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 Should I save this? Maybe just save it just in case and then. Yes. No. 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 Okay, that's everything. Like, look, what? Look how many there are. Oh my gosh, it's still bad though. This one, my gosh. Right? Yeah, that's that. This one's that. Okay. I mean, at least it's slightly easier to, you know, get the gladiator and wanderers artifacts and stuff. Like now you can kind of, yeah, it's just easier. But it's still, you know, possibly not great, like as I've shown. Okay. Do I have anything good? I think yes, I got, what is this? Reminiscence. This one? Yeah, switch to that. Defense. Okay, burn those two. This one, it has HP though. Oh wait, ball? I mean, yes. Okay, I'll just put this on there for now. Attack, crit rate, HP, but defense. This one has healing bonus. That's not good. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, they're horrible. Yeah. I just don't know who to level. I mean, if I do domains, or not domains, spiral, I use Diona a lot. Because she can heal and shield, but her shield isn't really, you know, great. Like, maybe because I'm just so used to Zhongli's, and then, or maybe she just actually is really weak. But yeah, it just doesn't last, and it sucks. Okay. It's based off of her healing, though. I finally started to like level up Rosaria, but I still need like better artifacts and stuff. So, wait, do I even have her talents leveled? Oh, defense. Wait, let me check her talents. Okay, they're not too bad. I mean, they're still only level 9. Alright, wait a second. Really? Huh. Didn't realize that. Forgot. It's been a while. Okay, well... Yeah, Sayu's not really leveled. don't know what's going on outside. Like, what are they doing to their door? It sounds like they're trying to, like, open the door, but it's locked. And then they're like, what? Oh my gosh, I remember last night. It was like, it was 1 a.m. around, like maybe 1:30 or so. But, you know, it's late. And, you know, people are trying to sleep. And one of, like, the people were, like, loudly knocking on their door. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, what? And it's like, yeah, I don't know what was happening. And it was just really loud because we have, like, wooden doors and, like, and it's like, but, like, 10 times louder, imagine that. And then it's, like that for, you know, a good minute or, like, more of, like, you know, hard knocking. And it's like, what's happening? And it's like, shouldn't you contact, you know, the RA on duty for that? So yeah, it was just kind of really loud. And it just kind of echoes down the hall as well. The hallway. And it's like, okay. Yes, I haven't gotten this good one. Yes, that's not great. Oh yeah, I should. Oh. I mean, so when I start leveling up the artifacts, I can start sorting through, like, the 4 stars. Okay, well, she's maxed. I don't know. Jean, maybe? Yeah. She's not. Let's check. What's the set? Viridescence right there. Like, look how many I have. But I don't think a lot of them have good main stats. Yeah, defense, HP, and defense, and it's like, ugh. Like, it's so bad, but the only reason I saved it because they have the, like, at least 2, you know, kind of okay substats. And I'm like, should I just burn it? I don't know. Like, look at the substats, but then look at the main stats. It's really sad. And once you finally get a good main stat, the substats suck. Like, ugh. And then, like, you get to the 4 stars, and, like, look at that. Like, 2 good substats, and then a good main stat, but it's a 4 star, so it's like, the sad reality of artifact grinding and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what characters to do. Maybe I can. Oh my gosh, why is this HP so low? 12,000? Yeah, I don't really know what to do, which is why I have why I have to, like, find ways to spend resin. And I just spend it on, you know, weekly and ley lines. I mean, maybe I can build Yoimiya. But I don't know what artifacts are good. Like, yeah, as I was saying, I think this one, the 4-piece, is good. Interestingly, though, I do have her weapon kind of leveled. But then everything else is like, no. Do I have a good wander? I don't think I have a good... Like, look how many, but then... I think you'd want attack on her. But then, like, what? Ugh, it's not great, the main stats. Oh, I can level her cup. HP, fun. Okay, burn that. I guess keep that, even though it's defense main stat. Checking, keep, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. See this one, I guess. I'm like slowly running out of room. It's kind of weird. Like artifacts, like in your inventory, are the only one with like only 1,000 space. But artifacts, I guess you can say, take up the most room. So I find it really weird how artifacts has like the least amount of storage, you know, with the 1,000. Well, I don't know if it's the least. Is it the least? Whatever. It has like 1,000 compared to like 2,000 or more when you need a lot more artifacts than, you know, food or whatever. I did check all these, right? I'm like doubting myself. Okay, attack. That's not too bad. Wait, what? Oh yeah, this is an okay feather. Let's see. Oh, there's nothing else. And I only have 2 more 2 5-stars, so I can't really convert it to anything because I need 1 more. Maybe I should try to do the wanderers instead of the gladiators. Wow. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. And I think I'm still jet lagged because I start getting quite sleepy, like kind of early afternoon. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm kind of tired. But then, like, to kind of get over jet lag, you have to, you know, like do things in the time zone you're in. You know, eat dinner at the dinner time, go to bed at, you know, the reasonable time. But I mean, like, I still, and then apparently, like, my dad was like, oh, 1 hour, you know, of the time zone difference, like, you get, like, 1 day is 1 hour, like, you're, what was the description? Like, every hour of, like, a time difference is how many days you'll need to get over jet lag, or like how many days it would take for you to adjust to the time zone or whatever. But I'm like, if that were true, I would need 15 days to get over jet lag and finally incorporate myself into, you know, this time zone or whatever. But there's definitely ways to, like, overcome it faster. Like, I don't think it's just 1 hour a day, you know. But I remember, if we were going to the East Coast instead of the West Coast here. It's like 12 hours, right? So what my brother and I would do is like stay up on the plane because we always, the flight we always got is like we always arrived at night at our grandparents' house. So we would just stay up on the plane so that when we arrived at the house, we'd be so tired and just fall asleep and then, yeah, done. Got over jet lag. Oh, it's so dry here. It's like my lips are super dry. And I don't know what's going on with my arms, but they're getting really, I don't know if it's because it's dry, because this has never happened before, but for some reason my arms have just gotten like, it looks kind of like, I don't know, hives or something. Like it's bumpy and it's itchy, and it's only like this one spot on both of my arms, like in the same location. I don't know, what's this location called on your arm? It's like if you have your elbow between like your outer elbow and like the inner bend on, I guess more like the upper side of your arm. It's like this one patch of like itchiness and like that bumpiness on both arms. And it's been like this for like ever since I arrived, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm not allergic to anything, and it's not like I'm rubbing against plants or whatever, so it's like, and then also just like my neck kind of, and it's just like, what's going on? So I've been trying to put, lotion and everything, but it's still there. It's really annoying, and this is because it's itchy and it's bumpy, and it's like on my right arm though. It kind of, there's another patch though on my forearm, so kind of like on the top-ish part. So it's just it's like, yeah, it's just like weird. I don't know what's going on. It's just so itchy, and I'm trying not to scratch, but it's really hard. It's like a mosquito bite. I mean, I do have Benadryl, and I do put it on, but it still kind of itches, and I'm like, ugh. Yeah, I think I'll sort out the YouTube situation today, because yeah, I just have a lot of time. I mean, yeah, I finished at 11:50, so, and that's a Friday, but I should still do homework, and I'm like, But I'm gonna sort out the YouTube, and then once I do that, I'll put the link in, that whatever part in Twitch it is where you can do that. Yeah. Because I've filmed, this is the 4th video, but then the first video is already, gone. I downloaded it though, so it's fine. And then I think the second one is almost kind of going, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know how other streamers can stream for so long. Maybe because they have like a definite plan of what they're doing. Well, I don't. And I'm not used to talking for so long. So my throat's kind of like, eh. Yeah, I don't really have like built characters. I feel like a lot of streamers that I watch, like, their characters are really, I don't know, just like well built and everything. And then they do, the challenges where their viewers would choose their teams, and like they'd still somehow finish the challenges. And I'm like, wow, how did they do that, And it's just like, And I don't know, I feel like I'm really boring to watch. Or in other words, calming and relaxing. I don't know. But yeah, like they're really fun to watch. Like, funny. Well, maybe because they have a lot more viewers. So then, and then they chat with their viewers. So then there'd be funny comments popping up or like questions and like they can answer. And I feel like it would take a while for that to happen. So I'm like trying to fill in time, you know, rambling by myself about random things and everything. But hopefully there'd be, more people willing to chat because I would, I have my stream open. So I can, look at chat and everything. But the past few streams, like the first stream I did, there was one person who did chat. And then afterwards, it's just been silent. And I'm like, okay, I am here. I do watch the chat to see any comments and, questions or anything. Any suggestions of what to do. Maybe even I can try. I can try. I'd still be like struggling though. I don't know if it'd be fun to watch or anything. Who knows? But yeah, still surprised that someone is watching because I do see the one little viewer here. So yeah, thank you. But yeah, I feel like I think the reason I'm so surprised is because I just do dailies and then like randomly do other stuff. And like the other people I'll watch, they seem to have like really fun ideas or like something funny just always seems to happen to them. Like, I don't know, like just in the background or like maybe some weird glitch or something they're talking about and then like something funny happens while they're distracted. I don't know, things like that. Like just funny coincidences. What? Funny coincidences? But yeah. They always seem to have that happen to them. Or they just have, I don't know, just fun. Fun. I feel like it's more torture, but like it's fun for viewers. Like it's not my problem, so it's fun to, watch other people suffer kind of thing. But yeah, just somehow yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have to continue. Definitely, there'll be probably more stuff happening once the update comes up. Because then there's going to be a lot more, world quests. There's going to be the Archon quest. There's probably going to be the character. Yeah, there's definitely going to be character quests. There's going to be exploration. All sorts of stuff. So, whoever would follow and whoever, watches my videos, there'd be a lot more things to see happening when, the update comes. I'm also really curious to see Aloy. I also, when I first saw her name, I was like, Alloy, but then, like, it's Aloy, and I'm like, okay, it's Aloy, trying to get that into, like, my brain. But she seems really cool. Like, she seems really fun. And, like, her burst seems, like, the animation is, like, really cool. Like, she throws that, whatever, cryo bomb thing, and then she, like, shoots it in the air. It's like, whoa, if only I was that cool. But yeah, that seems. But yeah, since I'm a mobile player, I would get that character in the 2.2 update. So I guess lucky for the PlayStation players, they get it. They get her early in the 2.1 update. I really wonder what it's like playing on console though. I remember trying well, first there's this. I feel like it's really hard for shooter games for me on console. Like I've tried. Well, the one game I can think of off the top of my head right now is Titanfall. it was I don't know, like I don't know, like it's so hard for me to like not only move the body, like you know the character, but also like move the camera and then like aim with that and everything. Like on console for me is like really difficult. What's it called? Is it Black Ops? I don't know. It's basically like it was this it's this game, like a shooter game where there's these waves of zombies, and I think every 5 waves there's like these zombie dogs or something, and then there's like a map that you do, and then you try to see how many waves you can survive. Black Ops, Call of Duty, maybe it's a Call of Duty. Let's see. Yeah, and then there's this chest where you can get weapons and stuff like that. And then if you get a teddy bear, the chest would move to a different location on the map. Is it Call of Duty? Is it COD? It just makes you think of a fish, because it is a fish. Yeah, looks like it. I recognize this map. Like this kind of format looks very familiar. Anyways, yeah, this game. This one was also really difficult for me to like aim and shoot and all that. I surprisingly still survived quite a few rounds. I was like, wow, I can't believe I did that. And like the friends that were playing was like, yeah, you're actually like pretty good. And I'm like, am I? I was like, I don't think so. Oh yeah, I feel like console is really hard. I feel like mobile is easier. I don't know what PC's like because I don't have a PC and I don't have a mouse. Second of all, so I don't know what a mouse is like when you're trying to, aim and everything. But apparently it's easier, like really easy. I mean, looking at a lot of streamers who just like with like the mouse is like shoo 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 and everything. It was like crazy. Yeah, there's so many games that I want to play, but then it's like on PC, and I'm like, oh, I don't have PC. Like Raft looks really fun, except I feel like it'd be more fun if you have friends to play it with, which I feel like I don't have any friends who like to play the games that I play. So it's like, so that's kind of lonely, you know. Like I had 2 friends, like real life friends, who knew Genshin and they did start playing it, but I guess they stopped because they're still at the same AR level since the few a few months ago that actually like, oh wait, you play Genshin as well? And they're like, yeah. But yeah, so I guess I guess Genshin wasn't really as fun and interesting to them as it is to me. And then all of my other friends, they don't play games, so yeah, they're out the window. And then like my brother, he plays finally. I'm like, come on, let's go. Like for some reason, it took him a long time to actually actually play Genshin. Like he kind of like he had Genshin, and then like maybe a few like plays here and there, but then he didn't play daily. And I'm like, come on, Joshua, let's go. Let's go. Let's like play, Genshin and everything. It's like, yeah, I know it's a gacha, but it's other than that, it's great. Yeah, I was surprised when I first opened Genshin that like the quality of it, and it was like free, I was like, this is my type of game. Like the graphics, like what you're doing in there, and it's like, and this is free. I mean, now I'm not, but like it's technically free, but yeah. Anyways, I was like wow, ever since I opened it, I loved it. It was just, yeah, I was like, wow, because normally free games are like, I feel like aren't as great of a quality, or like I don't really like the graphics as much. I guess I'm a very pretty graphic sort of player. I don't know how to explain. Like, I don't I don't really like pixel games. Like, on first glance, I'm like, oh, that doesn't really catch my eye, I guess. But like, maybe I would play it depending on, the story and like maybe what you do in there. But essentially, I know there's a saying, don't judge a book by its cover, but that's what everyone does. Because that's the first thing you see, right? So for me, it's like the graphics of a game is like, oh, is that, kind of what interests me, like how it looks and everything. So Genshin, check that box. And then second is like what you can do in the game. So I kind of like more exploration, like fluid free, like you can do whatever. Because there are some games where it's like, okay, graphics look great, but then what you do isn't really what I'm looking for. Like, I don't know how to explain. What's a game example maybe? I don't know. I can't think of anything right now. But like basically, like Genshin checks both boxes where like nice looking graphics and like what you can do in it. Pretty much you can go anywhere in Genshin, right? And then you can choose to battle something or not. And there's like many things you can do, and you can just do a lot of like exploration, or you can just do a lot of nice relaxing, just walking around looking at the scenery and all that. So yeah, for me it's like great. But I don't really have a lot of friends who play games, I guess. Even more so like in person, because like my friend group of like just girls from high school and stuff, they don't play games. So yeah, they're like, I can try, but I feel like they wouldn't really be as interested because they don't play games. They're not really interested in playing video games in the first place. And then like coming to college, that's like these two other friends who also played Genshin, but I guess Genshin, yeah, wasn't really that interesting for them. So I haven't really played with them as well. And they're on a different server, so it's like I can't really do anything anyways. And then so the only like Genshin friends I have are like the ones I made in Genshin, they're online and everything. Which is fine, I guess. But sometimes like I kind of like how like my brothers finally started to actually play Genshin at least daily, at least to do the dailies and stuff. And then we're both on the same server, and since he's the lower AR, like I help him a lot. But I find it really fun to play, together in person, if that makes sense. I don't know why. It was just, it's nice. But yeah, I don't have any in-person friends to play Genshin anymore. Because my brother, now I'm back at college and stuff. So we have to, video call or whatever, Discord call, whatever other things, Facebook Messenger, who knows. But yeah. And I don't know if this is like kind of a sad thing or what, because I don't really mind as much, but at college I'm basically a loner. Like, in my head I was like, how do you make friends? I feel like it's such a weird question, because for me in my head, I've had friends throughout school, and for me it's just suddenly just having a conversation, and then consistently having the conversation, and then like consistently chatting with them and whatever, and meeting up outside of school. But then once I got into college, it's like I do strike up a conversation, exchange contact information, but then I don't really meet them outside of class. So I don't really have a lot of friends from my classes, which I feel like I should because they'd, be in the same major, they're in the same class and everything, but for some reason I don't really. So in a lot of classes, like I would have some classmates I would consider. I wouldn't consider them friends though. So I would sit with, the same classmates and like I'd know them and everything, but I wouldn't really I wouldn't make plans to meet with them outside of class. So it's kind of like, I don't know. And then like, yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason I feel like there aren't a lot of people who are in a lot of my classes. Like there'd be like one person in this class and like a different person in like this class and like a different person in this class. Well, I feel like my brother had like his friends that he has from college, they all had the same classes as him. So then, they pretty much met in like all the classes and everything. So I feel like for him he has a lot of college friends because they're in the same class as him and stuff. But for me it's like the one person from this one class and that's it. So I feel like I don't know if that's also just my luck, because even in like high school and before, I would basically be alone. I wouldn't have my friends in the same class. Well, my friends, would have each other and I'd just be like alone. Or like maybe I'd have like the one friend and then that's it. Like I'd also be kind of unlucky in my classes and where I don't get to have my friends with me. So there's my, real life bad luck. And that's why I'm always like not really surprised if I get, bad stuff. So I'm like, okay, yep, that's expected. Now, anyways. Yeah, so I was like really considering if I should just ask my brother, like, how do you make friends? And he'd be like, what? What do you mean? And I'd have to explain the whole situation. Because, I've actually met a lot of people so far. A lot. I've met people where I'd have, strike up a conversation and exchanged contact information. But then, like, I haven't actually, like, chatted with them on, by texting and stuff. So I was like, oh, I don't know. And then this is when my introvertedness kicks in and I just kind of like hang out in my room unless someone invites me out. Which is not good, I guess. I should really take the initiative, but I really don't. I'm so lazy. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine sitting in my room, chilling. Like, I can be on YouTube. I can just be reading manga. I can just be on Netflix. No problem. That's what I did all summer anyways. I was just in my room all day reading manga. It was great. But now since we're back to like in-person classes, it's really struggling to actually get back into an actual workflow. Because I feel like online class, you can just kind of be like, and kind of, squeeze by and kind of. I feel like online class, I was still kind of in vacation mode. So luckily, I still somehow, did fine in my classes, except for stats. Stats is like the worst. I hate stats. I hate math. Though I kind of need it in my major. Luckily, not as much as like in engineering or, I guess, math major stuff. But still, you need some. And I'm like, no. Yeah. I'm not taking any math this year or this semester. I don't know if I have to retake stats. I might have to, but I'm kind of sad about that because I hate stats. But anyways, yeah. I lost my train of thought. Was there even a train in the first place? Who knows? But I'm just babbling on. And I see that there's another viewer. Hello. It's very quiet in here. No one's chatted at all in the past, 2 hours and 20 minutes. And past streams either. But yeah, it's very I don't know like what to do now.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler.
Like I don't really have any plans ever when I stream. Or like it'd be very short plans. Like I always have my dailies. And then who knows what else. And I already finished like the events and I finished my weeklies. And I don't really have a character I want to build. So, I mean, yeah, I can always improve. Oh, excuse me. I can always improve, you know, with the artifacts. But, I kind of don't want to. But I really should. But yeah, I really don't want to. I mean, I already did the newest domain like 5 times. 5-6 times already, and kind of almost in a row. And I'm not really like the other bigger streamers who like really grind, and that's why they're at like AR 59 already while I'm still, you know, 57. Like I just reached 57. But yeah, if I do like the same domain in a row too many times, I need to take a break. Like I need to do something else, surprisingly. But yeah, that's just I have to, because it's like the same enemies, you know, the same routine, I guess you can say, and whatever. I don't know what to do. Check materials. Like maybe anything I want to collect. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of Inazuma stuff. Except for sea Ganodermas. I have a lot of those. I mean, I don't know, just kind of chilling. Somehow killing time. Any suggestions? Anyone? Maybe we can go on a photo tour. Or something, I don't know. I remember once I figured out how to use a camera, the take photo or whatever it is, take picture, in the Paimon menu. I've been taking photos and everything, and my friends are like, wow, this is really good. And I'm like, really? So maybe I can do like a little, you know. Ooh, okay, let's see this way maybe. You have to like, okay. I like to take more scenic photos. So maybe zoom out a little. See how that looks. Kind of like the sunrise there. And I want to kind of have the gap here. Maybe a little lower actually. Ooh, have it like this. So just see the sun. Okay, save that. It's not too bad. Okay, you can tell it's the sun there now. I think a lot of my photos are actually like at night because you can see like the Milky Way and it's like really pretty. I mean, I also I think I also have quite a lot of like Thunderstrike oh, this one took me so long to figure out. And like I somehow missed this. So once you get, because it makes it look like you need like a super leveled up, you know, what do you call those, electrogranum things? But you actually don't. And they trick you even with having one here. And you're like, okay, great, I can go in now? No, you can't. It's like, oh, you know, level's insufficient. But you just need to, you know, do this right here, this dude. And then it would actually, like, disable it, I guess. And then you can, you know, finish it. And I'm like, this whole time? So yeah, that took me a long time to figure out. And I also wonder, like, normally you can destroy these, but you can't. Like, I haven't. Hello, please. There we go. Like, it doesn't do anything unless you actually need a bow character. So let's just switch, I guess. Let's see. Oop. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. I don't know. I've seen so many of these. And they really make me think like they have a function of something, and like if you destroy them, then you can finally. Oh, they noticed me somehow. Okay, I guess I'll just do this. Whoops.
Damn you!
Wow.
Stabilize.
Thanks for the heals. And yeah, I feel like cryo death. Okay, I don't know what is this? I never actually figured that out. Ho ho ho!
Solidify.
Where? Okay.
My apologies.
Slight bit of lag. And there we go. Hey, that's a pretty cool pose. Oh,
So rude.
yes. Oh no! Oh, isn't he so close? There we go. I should make more, shouldn't I? Oh, I don't have Kazuha. Yeah, Kazuha's super fun to play. I don't know, just a lot of animo characters seem really fun to play, like are really fun to play. Maybe it's like their swirl abilities is a reason or something. Like their skills, I don't know. It's just, yeah, just maybe because they're animo and it's like kind of, you know, agile and everything. Or not. Did I? Hello? Did I, okay. I thought I didn't get it. I'm like, I didn't. Okay. There we go. Slight bit of lag. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh my gosh. Oops, wrong button. Food. I really wonder, what is this? Squirrel fish. Like, what's it made of? Okay. Oh. Pretty sure there is actually
Guess
like,
we can rest
whoops,
today.
what? I was gonna help heal Diluc and Ayaka. And let's just do this, I guess. Oh, nice. I also got this one. I really wish... Okay, the barrier is back up. But I really wish that some of these elemental materials, I guess, I wish you can use... Like, for this, you can only use pyro. Like, cryo wouldn't work. But for other things, like, just say... the pyro, what do you call those? Like when you get these, the flaming flowers, stamen, I guess, stamen. You can use hydro or cryo, but it kind of sucks how for these. Ooh, almost fell off my chair. But for the electrocrystal, you can only use pyro. And I'm like, okay. I kind of wish you could use cryo for that as well. This one makes sense. I guess only pyro. What else might? Maybe electro? I don't know.
You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time.
Have you ever looked at like a lot of geological structures and formations and think, is there a puzzle here? Is there some kind of hidden chest? Is there like a buried thing here? Because that's definitely me. There's so many like rock stuff in Niue where it's like, this looks a bit suspicious, and you like walk up to it and then nothing happens. You're like, okay, maybe not. Oh, I don't have any, well, let's use...
My apologies.
Has this always been... Like, I think I already did this, but... Nice. Ooh, 3-star drop. Come on. This is when I wish I had Kazuha. Then I can just... get them all. And just, oops, okay, too late. And just concentrate them in, you know, the one spot. Oh yeah, I'm still searching for these. Oh, I don't know, where else can you find them? Oh, it's gonna take so long to try to find the other pages. Because I'm pretty sure you can finish the first 3 volumes of the Toki Alley Tales? Toki Alley Tales? Whatever, this Alley Tales. You can I'm pretty sure it's like the first 3 is with the first half of Inazuma, and then the other 3 would be like the next half. But that's just my speculation. I feel like it's really nice. I wish, oh my gosh, I wish you can save, oh no, what's your name? It starts with a K, I'm pretty sure. I wish you can save that Kitsune mask from one of the world quests you do with the cleansing of the Sakura tree thingy. What's her name? Sure, but anyways, at the end you get a mask from her, and you're like, oh, it says use, and you'd think that if you use it, it would give you like whatever it's, you know, used for, and then like a copy of it, like the birthday cake, which I actually haven't done yet. But yeah, when you use the birthday cake, you get a copy of the cake, and then you get whatever the rewards were. I think it was like, I think it was fragile or something or whatever, but you know, you get the copy. So I thought that would be the same thing with that mask, but then you don't. And I'm like, and a lot of people are actually quite sad. They're like, what? You don't get it? So yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. I was just kidding. I mean, I just wish they would fix that. Oh yeah, this is the other world quest. Masanori. Yeah, it's it's like the samurai dude you can fight. Here. It's a world quest. And you have to make sure you like really bring strong characters with like really strong combinations of, you know, either elemental reactions or whatever. See, here he is. Because you have to defeat him in a set amount of time, which I can't remember how long. 2 minutes or so? Or something? But yeah. So when you talk to him, you can actually either fight or just, you know, just leave. Which I find kind of interesting. Like, I kind of wonder what's the point. Like, practice maybe? Like, practice against this type of enemy? I don't know, but yeah. Wait a second. Is this the dude? What was that? What's that clan called? That. No. Huh. Oh my gosh, it's been so. I was going to find out what that clan was because it was like the end of I'm guessing it was the end of a world quest. Like it was just like the last, you know, tying it up of because when you, I think it was here, this teleportation port is the closest. But after a certain world quest, which I can't remember, yeah, here. If you go to that rock over there, like where Zhongli's head is kind of at, there's these two samurai dudes, the Karaigi. And then they talked about, I think it was the Iwakura clan. I think that's it. Did I just remember? Let's search it up. Iwakura clan? Yeah, Iwakura clan Genshin, okay. And then there was like a whole conversation. I was like, this seems familiar, but I can't remember. Okay, the Iwakura clan is a large martial arts clan in Inazuma. I should probably do this just in case. Arts clan in Inazuma, founded by Iwakura Doke 500 years ago after he developed his unique sword technique. What? Okay. Known as the Tengu Sweeper. But what was the world quest? Was it? What? The martial arts techniques passed down by the Iwakura clan and those affiliated with the clan is known as the Iwakura art. Okay. It is unclear whether this is whether there's a distinction between the Iwakura clan and the Iwakura clan art. Okay. Okay. Other martial arts schools in Inazuma, there are several different proficiency levels in the Iwakura art. The following are known proficiency levels: Soshu, Clan Head, Menkyo Kaiden, Okuden. Wait a second. Wait. Oh, that's so interesting. Wasn't the event right there? The Phantom Flow? Oh, I have to teleport. Okay, fine. The hardest level is called Okuden. Okay, a little closer. Interesting. What? Okay, and then the last is called Shoden. Or Shoden? Which is what this is called. Like right here, these. And those are the two lowest levels. And there's two other higher ones, which is... Oh. Okay, anyways, let's go at history. Okay, founded by Iwakura Doke after redemption by Teruyo of the Yogo Tengu. He developed a technique, the Tengu Sweeper, fast and powerful enough to catch even a Tengu. Wait a second. Huh? His techniques were noted, an unknown person, while he was still alive, and they developed the Magu Kenki series to imitate him. But they malfunctioned, went out of control, and were discarded. Okay, yeah, 2 such puppets found their way onto Yashiori Island, while the other was stolen by members of Akodomeki's pirate crew and wound up in the Golden Apple Archipelago after they were separated from the rest. You know, I feel like it kind of sucks that if you started Genshin now, you kind of miss out on some very interesting story points, because there's exclusive like event stuff, like, you know, the Golden Apple Archipelago, but then you can't do them anymore, and you can't get that story because, you know, the event finished. So that kind of sucks. In recent history, Nagatane was a previous Soshu of the Iwakura clan. Okay, wait a second. And then I think he was its master when Okazaki Toraemon and Okazaki Kunihiko were adopted. Those are the 2 samurai dudes, I'm pretty sure, that you encounter at that rock I just was at before. By which point Iwakura, Kozo, Shimada, Shichiroji, and Yana... I'm butchering all these Japanese names, I'm sorry. And Yanagiha, that sounds familiar. Wait a second. Because I remember messing that up and saying Yanahiga instead of Yanagiha. Arashi. Wait, are these 2? I can't remember. Okay, we're also members of the clan. Their names are familiar, though, so... One of these names... 2 of the names are the 2 samurai that you see. Nagatane was succeeded by Kozo, learned secret techniques, and then... as well as the heirloom sword. And, okay, since the war between Sangonomiya resistance and the shogunate broke out, the Vision Hunt decree, they were scattered. Kozo had his vision of... Vision confiscated as part of the decree and chose to serve... interesting. Wait a second. Kozo... confiscated as part of the decree and chose to serve the shogunate, seeing his decision as the path of righteousness. Arashi and Toraemon were expelled from the clan, presumably for disagreeing with his decision. The rest of the clan members, likewise, defected and went into hiding. Defected? Okay, wait. So, okay, during the traveler's journey across Narukami, Kanazuka, and Yashiori Island, we encounter 5 Iwakura clan practitioners. Okay, for various reasons of their own, clan members attempt to kill us, and they're killed in self-defense.
Don't rush.
After slaying several of the members, speaking to Kozo at the Kujo encampment, has the traveler revealed that they defeated them all. Have I done that? I don't know. Seeing this as an offense towards the clan's reputation and to avenge his fallen juniors, Kozo duels the traveler but is defeated and dies. You can see him at Kujo encampment. Really? Okay, Kujo encampment. Kozo. It's kind of interesting because I remember near here there were these... I can't remember where it was. There's these 2 dudes that you can battle and then they move somewhere else. I think it was like down that way somewhere. Anyways, Kozo... No. Anyone? No. Yeah, this is really interesting. You can actually use this giant pot to cook. Not this dude either. Where is he? Yeah, I don't know where he is. Oh, there's a shrine here. Oh, wait, these dudes. So they're here now. Have I talked to them here? I don't know. It's been, I don't know if they might move, actually. Mr. Savior, do we need to keep filming? But of course! There are so many more topics out there waiting for us! Oh my gosh, it's still going around. Are you guys still filming? Ah, if it isn't you, my gallant heroine. Yes, Zhongli the heroine. I'm discussing what to film next with the soldier over here. I want to document the legends of the Tanuki and the Kitsune. But as for a good soldier, well, I recommend that you head into the city and capture the might of a samurai on film, Mr. Savior. So have you guys reached a conclusion? I suppose we've reached a common understanding after ample discussion. And that is to make a film that includes both elements. The story I have in my head is that of a samurai slaying monsters and demons in Inazuma in ages past. And of course, there should also be the most quintessential elements of love and comedy. However, this is just a preliminary thought. I still have much material to gather. Okay, so they just stay here, and I guess that's the same conversation. Yeah, it's a very interesting world quest when you, after you do the, what's that? Tatarasuna, after you do that, the furnace. Okay, nothing up here, I guess. Well, I've done that, so... I don't know. I guess we can still look for Kujo. The mysterious Kujo that I don't know where he is in this. Not Kujo. Pff. Kozo? Kozo? Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. And okay, I thought it was gonna be too high up for that. And haven't gone down there before? Probably, I think I have. Oh, I'm on, nope, there's a ledge there. Let's just run by these guys. We're gonna notice, but who cares? Okay. Oh, hello. Goodbye. He should be in here, shouldn't he? Okay, anyways, I'm safe in here. We meet 5 of them? Okay, I'm pretty sure I've killed 2 of them. How about the others 3 though? Okay, wait. Arashi and Toraemon, who have been traveling across Inazuma, eventually learned of the traveler killing Iwakura art practitioners. Okay. Ah, okay, so it's Arashi and Toraemon. They collected their fallen brethren's swords, apart from Kozo's, for a wait, have I already defeated Kozo then? For a memorial in Byakko Plain, at the same place where Kunihiko was killed. Who is Kunihiko now? Oh my gosh, all these names. After they finished setting up their memorial, we encountered the two. After allowing the traveler to listen into their conversation for a bit, the two roped the traveler into a battle to avenge their fallen members, only to meet the same fate themselves. We then collect their swords and place them on the monument soon after. And that's where you get a good chest, guys. That's where you get a good chest. Let's continue. Okay, so I guess I actually finished it. I don't remember though. I definitely remember the two near the Byakko Plain. With all its known practitioners dead and left without any known heirs, the Iwakura clan has presumably died out. The Magu Kenki, whose combat abilities were designed based on Dokei's techniques, are now the only remaining practitioners of the Iwakura art. Oh, so yeah, okay. So after you like kill those two dudes, you get Iwakura out, the achievement.
I still have a
Yeah.
lot to do with the guild. How about you
Okay,
two
so
rest while I go back?
still, I feel like I still hasn't really rung a bell in terms of just besides those two dudes, but yeah, Iwakura clan. Wow, it's almost been 3 hours. Jeez, I feel like it's only like a few minutes ago where it's like, oh yeah, it's almost 2 hours. Now it's almost 3. Yeah, still don't know where the last 3 pages for the alley thingy is. So that's kind of a problem-ish maybe. Not really a huge problem, but I kind of want to find the pages, you know? It's pretty cool how, you know, Inazuma is based off of Japan, right? And then, so everything has some, you know, Japanese influence and stuff. So these rocks on the roof, they're actually a thing because they keep the roof like held down and everything. So I'm pretty sure if you search up like traditional Japanese like roofs or something like that, like you'd probably see the pictures where there's rocks on top, and it's to keep them in place. I'm kind of wondering if I should start doing some rambling of educational things. Because it did have a video where I was kind of talking about Tevat's geological structures-ish. I don't know if I actually went in depth though. But I feel like it'd be really interesting to talk about that. Like, not that I'm an expert, but there's definitely, like, the rocks here look very different from Mondstadt and Liyue's rocks and stuff, because they have very horizontal layers, pretty much. Like, oops. They even mentioned in the 2.0 update video thing about did I get it? No, I didn't. Did I get it? I got that one. They talked about some slightly different designs of Inazuma, and one of them was about the rocks. So yeah, you can see how they're quite nice and horizontal, the layers. And then it's only parts where some kind of, you know, earthquake maybe, or Ooh, he's right around the corner there. Wait, has he always been there? Have I done this? Is there anything here? I think I have. And this slash from the Raiden Shogun with their sword slash and killing the giant serpent thing. That's actually, you can actually find this sort of geological formation in the world. I remember seeing a picture where they compared it. They're like, oh yeah, there's actually this type of geological formation. I wonder if I could just search up like a world map. And just go to Google Maps, because I think it was somewhere in Europe where that you can find that formation. Was it? I don't know. But there was definitely some kind of like actual... Okay, let's do... Why is this satellite? Let's do satellite. Okay. Yeah, and then they actually found they actually have a place where there's this sort of very clean, I guess, slash in, you know, the earth. But also, Luhua Pool in Liyue is based off of an actual place in China. I think it was called like Huang... Oh, what's it called? Let's see, Luhua Pool, based on, maybe? Huanglong River. I think it was, the characters were like yellow. I don't know if what kind of character the Long is. Like, is it dragon maybe, or is it this? But anyways, Luhua Pool is actually based off of a place in China, which is pretty cool. I think these are kind of like I don't know, not really hot springs, but very volcanic sort of pools. And because of the chemicals in the water and stuff, and what the water has dissolved and everything, that's how it forms all these colors. It's kind of like what's it? I think it's Devil's Pool, Victoria Falls, maybe. Nope. What's it called? I feel like it's called Devil's something. Let's search up. I don't know what they're actually called. Geez, my brain's blanking. Maybe we can search up not chemical, natural chemical pools or something. Volcanic pools. Not really what I'm looking. What are those things called? But it's basically like maybe hot springs is probably the closest I can. Yeah, hot spring, I guess. But more like not the type that you can actually enter, because it'd be too hot and too like chemically dangerous, I guess. I think some of the colors in like hot springs is from chemicals, and then others it's from different types of bacteria. And gosh, my throat is so sore and dry. Oh gosh. But it's also from different types of bacteria that live in the water. And it's you'd think that they might not be able to live there, but there are some. It's called gosh, yeah, my brain's blanking. Extreme. What are those? What are they called? Organisms that can live in extreme environments. extremophiles, that's what they're called. Yeah, so the bacteria that live in hot springs or like super cold places or like super hot places and stuff, they're called extremophiles because, I mean, in the name extreme, right? And it's because it's either, you know, temperatures, chemicals, or both or anything like that. But they're able to live in that type of environment. They're like they've adapted to that. So I think part of the colors is bacteria as well, which I find pretty interesting. Archaebacteria? Oh my gosh, trying to pronounce like Latin as well. It's like, ugh. But it's also really cool how that's actually, you know, here we are, Luhua Pool. But it's pretty cool. I don't know. Yeah, so for my very basic understanding of, you know, geological formations and everything. Oh right, I was gonna teleport away. Because when you first learn about geological formations and everything, you kind of learn the basic rules. So like one of the rules is that sediments, when the layers are, they're always horizontal. Like you would never find sediments that layer vertically because, you know, gravity, that's how it works. Like if you sprinkle, oh, you know when you do those like colored sands and like the little, like those bottles and whatever, you can like yeah, it's just colored sand things and in a bottle, like whatever shape. It's like that. Like whenever you pour in the sand, it's pretty much horizontal. Like yes, there's gonna be, you know, little bumps and waves, but it's basically horizontal. It's not gonna be vertical. And the same thing happens when, you know, rocks form and like the sediments would, you know, settle and you know, to after a while of traveling. So the fact that they're very horizontal and they're also very fine looking, like there's no big chunks of rock in there. So I feel like the way this kind of the rocks in Inazuma formed must have been a very calm location, as well as quite far away from the source of where these sediments are from, because like another thing you would learn is that the further away from the source of the sediments, the finer they would be. Because just say let's just say there's like a mountain and then there's a river from the mountain and it goes, you know, downhill and out to like the ocean. So right at the source, there's going to be huge chunks of rock that are there because they haven't fully been, you know, weathered and like eroded and stuff. But like the further away from the source, the finer it would get because the water would eventually slow down, so it loses energy and it wouldn't have enough energy to actually transport like the big heavy rocks. Like if you try throwing a huge rock into like still water, it's gonna sink, right? So that's why there wouldn't really be big rocks further from the source.
I still have a lot to do with the gear.
And then
How about you take a rest while I go?
that kind of makes you think that whatever this sediment is actually made from, it's very far from the source, and it just was able to settle into very nice horizontal lines and then, you know, form rock. And after, you know, whatever geological formation like pushed them up to make it slanted like this, and then actually out of water, I guess. Kind of like curious. I wonder if like the producers, like whoever, you know, the people who make Genshin and everything, like whoever's in charge of making the scenery, if they would, if they know kind of about general geology and how it would work, and like maybe what kind of events could form what we see. But I don't know. I'm not an expert, as I said in the beginning. But yeah, I just find it very, very interesting. Like it's very different, and it's also very brown. Like if you look at the rocks in Mondstadt and Liu, they're gray, you know, more that gray kind of stone. While here it's like a brown stone. So again, that can also probably hint to, the composition, like what kind of rock it is, because that's how you identify rocks. You would look at grain size. You would feel how the texture of the rock, see if there's any type of chemical reaction, colors and everything, and crystal size, if there are any. See you. So the fact that there's brown rocks and then there's also gray rocks could probably give. I thought I saw a fish. Could give hints as to what kind of rock or like what kind of source it was from. But yeah, I'm not an expert, so I don't know. It's like brown rock. Great. And you know, Genshin's not super detailed. Like if you go up, you're not gonna see like crystal sizes and everything. Like it's just blurry. But it would be kind of cool if like if you go when we go to Natlan, like it'd be. I feel like it might be quite volcanically active. See, because you know it's a pyro nation. We learned that that's where hot springs originated from. Because if you talk to like the hot springs dude in Azuma City, he talks like, oh, I went to Natlan and got the idea of hot springs from them. But I feel like it'd be really cool if they incorporated a bit more kind of like geological stuff. And if you go to, is it Sumeru or Sumeru? I'm not sure on pronunciation for that either. I'd probably be saying Sumeru. I don't know. I have to ask. Who knows who I can ask? But it'd be cool if you go to like the Dendro Nation, and then there'd be a lot of, well, obviously, plants and stuff. But it'd be cool if it was, I don't know how to explain. If it would make sense. Not make sense biologically, or. I don't know how to explain. I don't know. I feel like it'd be cool if they were quite detailed in, the plants and all that stuff. But yeah, So what is this? Oh, you see these in Lyra as well. These things, I think. But yeah, it'd be cool. Oh wait, there are fish, and it's suddenly night. I don't know if this happens on PC, but sometimes this happens on mobile, where it just be like sudden time change, as you saw. So, and there is a fish there. I remember reading this. Grab it. And it's back today. Grab the fish. There we go. Like, what? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, since I feel like Natlan, there would probably be a lot of hot springs. It'd be cool if there were some, black beaches, because the sand, the reason why it's black, I'm pretty sure it's from like volcanic rock and stuff. And also be really cool. You noticed me? Also be really cool if there is like huge caves underground of like large crystals and everything. Or like maybe it'd be cool if they were like petrified forests. That'd be really cool. Because the way petrified forests can form, well, the thing is they have to be buried very quickly. And yeah, I think one of the things, like, they have to be buried very quickly. How? Okay, let's search it up. How do petrified forests form?
Guess we can rest a bit.
Because there's this type of petrified forest, I can't remember where, but like, because it was near a volcano, they very quickly got buried in, you know, the ash and everything, and then that's how they were just preserved. And then, so petrified trees is basically when their cells get very slowly replaced with minerals, which is really cool. But because they're very slowly, like, so water with dissolved, you know, minerals and ions and everything, they run through, you know, the tree, I guess. Yeah, the tree, and like through the cells and everything. And then the minerals kind of slowly like get deposited in there, I guess. And then that, so when you look at petrified trees, they look, you know, they look like live trees, but they're actually made of minerals and everything, because each like cell and each part and everything got replaced slowly over time by minerals. Okay, so yeah, okay, so if you just search up how do petrified forests form, it's like petrified wood forms when fallen trees get washed down a river and buried under layers of mud, ash from volcanoes, and other materials. Over millions of years, these minerals crystallize within the wood's cellular structure, forming this stone-like material known as petrified wood. So yeah, I remember learning a little bit more in depth about how petrified wood forms, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. So yeah. So it'd be cool if Natlan kind of had some, you know, like a petrified forest, because an explosion from a volcano buried it in, you know, the ash and all that. Or it'd be cool if there was like, I don't know, lava flows. I don't know. It's after learning some geology in my first year at college, I was like, wow.
You should really bring the Knights
But that was
of
like
Favonius
really,
with you
really
next
cool.
time.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so it'd be cool if like Natlan actually had like implemented some, you know, volcanic stuff or like geological formations and everything, and especially rocks. Anyways, I was on the topic of hoping that there's gonna be giant caves with like giant crystals, but it has to be underground, I'm pretty sure, because how crystals form is that the more time they have to cool, like the longer it takes for it to cool, the larger the crystals. So that's why obsidian, there's basically no crystals at all. If there's any, it's like super teeny weeny tiny, and it's because they cooled super fast that crystals didn't get time to form. So when you see those giant caves of crystals, it's like it's taken super long to like form them, because it, you know, it takes time for them to like build. So like the longer the time, the bigger the crystal. And it'd be cool if there's like one cave of that, like a giant type of crystal or something, I don't know. Or like what's going on outside? Or I mean, depends also the viscosity of the lava, and that determines what type of lava there is, what kind of explosion, and then eventually what kind of, you know, geological formations and stuff. But it'd be cool. So like the more viscous the lava, so the more honey-like, I guess, is the best way to describe it if someone doesn't know what viscous means. But what's the actual viscous is like having a thick, sticky consistency between solid and liquid. Well, that's not really.
Guess we can rest a bit.
Like there's something like there's another definition where it's like resistance to flow, I think it is. So like honey is more viscous than water, right? So the more viscous the lava, the more dangerous actually the type of explosions. And I think so viscosity of lava depends on temperature as well as composition, like silicate or whatever. It's been a while but it's still kind of like in there in my brain. But yeah, so the more viscous the lava, the more dangerous the type of explosion, because like imagine like it's in the volcano, it's in the what is that called, like the is it called a pillar? It's like in the the main vent of where the explosion would come out, I guess. So if the more viscous, the more it would kind of like stick to the rock, and like the more just be kind of like I guess be held there before it finally like there's too much build up and it's like boom and it explodes out. And then that's what creates what's called a pyroclastic eruption. And it's just like, because it's so sticky and stuff, it can basically blow a hole in the face of the volcano. That's what happened in, I think, St. Helens. So if you search up like Mount St. Helens, you can still see the remnants of the past explosion, because it's just a giant crater, and then there's like this little tiny mountain that's been building in the center with smoke coming out. But you can see like the whole like top of it blew off, and the whole like, I think it's the west side of it that gave way, and then that's the whole you can search it up. It's very, very interesting. I remember, I think when we first learned about it, it was like people were kind of watching the volcano, and it wasn't explode. It was just kind of like there, but you can see that in I think it was a few days, where the face of the mountain on the west side or so bulged up. And it's rock, but it bulged up, and you're like, well, that's concerning, right? In a few days. And then like that like gave way to lahar flows, which is basically when after an eruption, I'm pretty sure like after like the heat and the lava kind of mixes in with glacier snow and glaciers and stuff, because especially at Mount St. Helens, it's I guess tall enough where it's cold enough for snow and glaciers and stuff to be. So then with lava popping out, it would obviously melt it, and then it mixes and it creates these very dangerous lahar flows, or like mud flows, and then they flow very, very fast. And it's basically, imagine like cement just flying past, flowing like super quickly. Like they can travel very quickly. So that's really dangerous. And since it's like a very cement-like consistency, yeah, it's not very pleasant, right? Is it? Mm-hmm. So compared to Mount St. Helens, which has very viscous kind of lava, very pyroclastic, Hawaii has what's it called? Opposite of pyroclastic flow, I guess. It's very like fluid. So that's not really I guess it's just the lava flow. Or
You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time.
anyway, so Hawaii has very, I guess you can say, liquidy lava. So the lava just kind of like flows out, just kind of like, and it kind of like it goes downhill. So it's not very boom, So those are, still dangerous, but less dangerous. You just have to worry about the lava itself. You don't have to worry about the rock flying out at you, and you don't have to worry about lahars and all that stuff. Which is why you can see a lot of sometimes you can see videos of people in Hawaii just kind of walking next to the lava flow, because they're actually slower, I think, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure they're slower, though, even though they are less, even though they are less viscous, but that's but yeah, like they're kind of easy to get away from, I think it was. But yeah, Hawaii has a different type of lava from, Mount St. Helens. So I don't know how big Natlan is, if, it's big enough to I mean, yeah, it's kind of close.
You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time.
But yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Depending, there's different types of lava, so you kind of have to have, certain formations with each type of lava flow. I'm pretty sure. I think Liyue has hexagonal rocks, and like I remember I think that's, I don't know if it's formed specifically and only from lava, because there's a type of way lava, can crack, like after it cools and it cracks, and sometimes they crack and form hexagonal rock features. So volcanic here we go, hexagonal volcanic rock columns. Yeah, so I don't know if it's only from, volcanoes and stuff, or if it's like anywhere else. And I can't remember. Magma versus lava, there's a difference. I think magma's inside and lava's outside. Okay, yeah, so magma is molten rock that is underground, and lava is molten rock basically above ground. So that's, the scientific definition and difference between the two. Like, technically, it's the same thing, but it's just magma and lava tells you where it is, like either underground or above ground. So, yeah. I guess maybe a way to remember is lava, L to see the light of day. I guess, maybe. I don't know if that would help. But yeah, that's the difference between magma and lava. So, yeah, in Liyue you see the hexagonal kind of columns, and I was like, from volcanoes? From lava? I think like one of the best places to see this is in Mingyun Village. Because once you like go down into like the mine, or the little mine, I guess, yeah. Even here you can see like it's kind of like, hexagonal-ish. So that's formed when it cracks. Like I can't remember exactly how and why it actually forms like that, but there are actual, rock formations where lava would crack like that. There we go. See? Hexagonal. But then, it's also like work of gods and stuff. And there we go. Yeah. It's kind of weird how there's light coming from the ceiling, but then if you actually go above, there's no. It doesn't really work. I guess like it's just solid rock. I don't know. Is it whatever. But yeah, here in Liyue, there's a lot of hexagonal rocks and stuff. Mondstadt is quite, I guess, plain. But obviously to a geologist, it'd still be very interesting. Because even if you look at like, I remember like graphite, not graphite. What is it? It's very similar. Maybe, yeah. I don't know if it's just because I'm tired or whatever, but my brain is like, what's this thing called? I don't know. Granite. There we go. Graphite's like in pencils. Anyways, granite is a very common rock, right? But if you actually think about it and think how it forms, you know, granite has quite large crystals. They're very visible to the eye. So you're like, okay, I know that they cooled underground for, you know, kind of a long period of time because, you know, the crystals are big enough to see with your eyes and are quite large sometimes. So that means, you know, they had quite a bit of time to, you know, they cooled very slowly. And you just think about that and you're like, wow, like granite is actually, you know, it's super common, it's pretty cool. I mean, I feel like many rocks, like just thinking of how long it takes, it's just like, wow,
I still have a lot
like
to
each
do.
rock is
How about
pretty
you take a
cool.
rest
Like
while
you,
I go back?
yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's very interesting to me. And then like, I feel like it'd be cool if to see a video of like a geologist kind of looking at the rocks in Tibet and maybe seeing if they can like identify possibly what kind of rock it is and like maybe how it formed, you know. That'd be cool. I'd watch that. I don't know if it's just because I'm so nerdy, but I'd be down to watch that. I'd be like, wow, that's really cool and informative, you know. It's like interesting information. But for me, that'd be cool. Like I feel like I'm just rambling on like very basic level and stuff, and maybe inaccurately as well. But I'm just, you know, going off of what I remember from like 2 years ago in geology class. And then it'd be cool if like in Fontaine, because it's hydro, right? I feel like I'd be there, like if there's gonna be any meandering lakes, there has to be oxbow lakes. But did I say meandering lakes? I meant meandering streams. There has to be oxbow lakes. Because if you look at maps and you see a meandering stream, like the very, how do I explain? I mean, meandering, you know, it's a very like wandering, slow, like la la la, kind of like wavy, like yeah, kind of, you know, movement. That's literally a meandering stream. It's just, that's kind of low, it's a very low energy stream, so that it kind of starts, you know, going side to side. And meandering lakes, oh my gosh, meandering rivers or streams create oxbow lakes. And it's basically when, how to explain, like when a river, so when it bends, when it goes around the curve, the inside part, like it slows down while the outside speeds up. And like the best way I can explain this is if you're, you know, just say you're in a line with people and you're like hooked on, like you link your arms, and then you have one person and you're like going around in like a circle. Like the person closest to the center doesn't need a lot of energy to, you know, turn around, while people on the outside like have to like run, just say, to like make sure the line's horizontal, right, while they're moving around in like that circle. So it's kind of like the same thing with the river. The inside of the bend kind of slows down. Like it's like it just slows down because it needs less energy to get around there. So that's when they deposit some material. While on the outside of the river, that's where, you know, weathering and erosion happens because they need to speed up to kind of, I guess, stay in line, right, to get around the bend. And so, and a meandering river starts getting wider and wider and wider. And then eventually it takes too much energy to keep, you know, getting wider and wider and wider. So then they kind of suddenly cut off and like, and it kind of make a skinny meandering river again. But then that bend where like the river was, it'd still be there because, you know, water would weather and erode that. So then the rock is like, I guess you can say, indented or something. but then But since there's no more water going there, it becomes a lake. And then that's what creates an oxbow lake. You can search these out, it's pretty cool. But, and you can see on maps sometimes very clearly like where the meandering river has been, because you can see oxbow lakes, you can see where the oxbow lakes have eventually filled in again, but there's still like that, crescent shape, remnant. So it'd be cool if Fontaine had, if they have meandering lakes, or my gosh, meandering rivers, if they did have, the oxbow lakes and everything. Yeah, I'm just going off on a very educational tangent, I guess. I hope it's interesting to, the one viewer here. Yeah, it'd be cool to see that if, if they do.
I still have a lot to do with the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back?
Imagine if, so since Snezhnaya is cryo, it'd be cool if they had like a lot of glaciers, and then, but then it depends, because I don't know if the whole nation would just be like glacier, or if there's going to be like parts where, north is, have glaciers, but then south is a bit warmer, so, excuse me, it would be, the glaciers would melt, and if you see like glacier geological formations, because same thing, that like the reason why we know where the glaciers have gone in at least North America, because that's where I'm taking classes, and so we learn about stuff in the North America and whatever. So the reason why we know where glaciers have gone is because after they've receded, they've left some geological formations that only glaciers could have made. So when a glacier I guess moves, and they say after a while it recedes and so it melts, it creates this U-shaped valley, and only glaciers can do that. If it's a V-shaped valley, it's like water, because I don't explain this, like I can't remember exactly the reason why, but like that's the difference. Like if it's U-shaped, and if the walls are like very smooth looking with like kind of like scrape lines, I guess you can say, it's a glacier. Glaciers have, I guess you can say, the most energy, or the most like force to be able to move huge chunks of rock. And then I think wind has, okay, glacier is like the most inclusive. They have like huge ginormous boulders up to like the tiniest dust, while wind is the most picky and would only be able to pick up like small like grain sized particles for weathering and erosion. And then between that is like water and stuff. So because glaciers have the most, I guess, force, they just like carve out the land and create the U-shaped valleys. So that's when like, oh, there's a glacier here because there's a U shape. And then there's a lot of really cool like formations from glaciers. Sorry, I'm just going on a tangent. It's not about Genshin anymore. But let's go to, so we can just no audio. But there's, especially if, is it only in mountains? But sometimes if there's like a shallower glacier and it meets like a deeper glacier, you can see where they've met, because there's like a smaller U-shaped valley that connects to this giant deeper one, and it's like a sheer cliff. I can't remember what that formation's called. Smaller U-shaped, maybe, valley cliff, maybe, or something. Whatever, small U-shaped valley. Let's see. There is some, it's called a hanging valley. So there's, a hanging valley is kind of, I think, is it only that, or is it just very specifically like a U shape that drops off to a cliff? Let's search up Hanging Valley. And go to all. A valley which is cut across by a deeper valley or a cliff. What is a hanging valley and how is it formed? So, let's see. Yeah, so a hanging valley is a smaller side valley hanging above a main U-shaped valley formed by the glacier. Yeah, so it's basically like a very very distinct feature. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I can keep going on this if that's interesting. I mean, I find it interesting, but I don't know if other people find it interesting. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if Snitch and I also had like, I think it's called it's called like a horn point. It's basically if there's mountains, like tall mountains, and there are glaciers up there, it makes, and then you know how it carves out, right? We learned that glaciers have carved very U-shaped stuff. So if a mountain has been surrounded by glaciers on all sides, but then the glaciers, started like kind of melting away and like, they carved out the remnants and stuff, they form a very sharp, I guess, tip, and it looks like a horn, right? So it's called like horn glacier? No, horn point mountain, I guess. Let me search up. Geology, I guess. I was gonna search up geological formation, but isn't it just called the horn? Oh my gosh, I remember this. I'm like reading the descriptions. I'm like, I remember these terms now. Okay, this images. Let's just stay on. Okay, how is a horn and a mountain formed? A horn is a peak that forms from three. I can't remember how to pronounce this. Three arides. And I guess I'm just gonna say already. I can't remember how to pronounce this. Is the edge that forms in the land from the cirque erosion, or when two cirque glaciers form up against each other, creating that sharp edge. And then when two, I think, or more, when more than two of them meet, it creates a horn. So I think like it's kind of hard to show. Like, I feel like I'm just rambling, but you might not know what I'm talking about because it's very visual. Like, you need to see an image of what the heck a horn is and what an arete is. I think it's arete. Is arete? And like what a cirque is, So a cirque is like this round, carved out place where a glacier kind of sat, I guess, and like I guess you can say stemmed from, maybe even, but it's a very like bowl shaped sort of carve from like a glacier. And then arete is like, if you draw a triangle, like just say like the points, like the very, and then just say you have three, what are those, Toblerones or however you pronounce it, like that triangular kind of chocolate thing. So imagine you have that, right? So the very like top point, that like edge there, that would be called that'd be the arete. So a horn is made up of three, like, I guess cirques, or kind of like where the glacier carved it out, and then like there's the arete and makes it very pointy. What's a good example? But yeah, it's very pointy. That's why it's called the horn. I'm so bad at explaining. But yeah, I feel like learning about, geology is really cool. I'm currently learning about horticulture, like plants and stuff. And already we have to know plants, like how to identify them, their scientific name and their common name. And I'm like, oh, fun. So like sunflower, this thing is like Helianthus anus or something. And then there's like, interestingly enough, chrysanthemum is the scientific name, and then the common name is mum. At least according to like the list we have to study. Yeah, well, anyways. I can't believe I've been rambling on about geological formations for like an hour and 40 minutes or something without showing anything on screen. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm on mobile. I don't know how I would. I mean, I guess I can, I guess I would open Safari and search up the images or something. I mean, maybe that can be like another video, just an educational video of like possible cool landforms that I can show you guys or something. I don't know if that'd be interesting. That